Sitting around the ballroom, they're talking about tomorrow when they're taking Johnny away. Said he wasn't no good, never done the things that he should. That's all the judge had to say. He went in the army when he was 18. Crazy young Irish and mean. Took a kid who was half gone all the way to be wrong with bloodlust and them 16s. His father, he thanks us for coming. Bartender whispers something.
Me too.
All right.
And I'm going to win.
We are back. Danny has already proclaimed that he is going to win this draft.
It is what it is.
He's got a great record going into it.
Whereas my buddy used to call our golf team the winless champions.
Not for nothing. If you don't go to a draft like that, what are we even here for?
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
gotta think you're competitive every time.
We're going to talk about the comedy show, but I wanted to talk about because if I don't, I didn't write this down, so I might not remember it. I get a phone call yesterday from Josh on the way to meet these two, Fitzy and Mohan we have Chris Mohan here, by the way.
Hello, guys.
Yeah, there you go. Hello, America,
Chris
as Josh would
Mohan
say.
came in
Hello,
correct
America.
tonight.
3 times over the wall this weekend.
Let's
gotta
go.
be a record.
Over the wall.
It's unbelievable.
Kid loves the North Shore.
So on the way to go to Modern Butcher with a strong hangover for myself, Josh called. He's like, it was so awesome. The event was so awesome. So it's crazy to think that like all those people were there and like the podcast names up there and people know who the fuck I am for this or whatever. I'm like, yeah, it was great. He's like, dude, you know what was the weirdest thing of the night? I'm like, what? He goes, so I go over there and Jumptown's like, hey. He's like, Josh the Ironworker. And he's like, and I didn't know who the fuck it was. And I'm like, you never remember who anybody is. He goes, no, I'd never seen Jumptown before. Because he doesn't have social media.
Oh.
And the last time Jump was on, I didn't do the YouTube because like the file got corrupted.
Yeah.
He goes, I always thought he was a Spanish guy. And I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, I don't know. The way he talks or something, I thought he was Spanish. I'm like, you thought Jumptown was Spanish? He goes, yeah. So, I mean, I look at the guy, I go, this guy's a completely different race. So, amazing fucking event, first of all.
I actually have I'll piggyback off that. So I went to the IA the day after the show, and I was there with the bartenders. There was 3 bartenders in a bar back. It was insane. And the guy goes, yeah, man, there was a guy that kept coming up with a scally cap. Pretty sure he was in the front row. He goes, and he kept coming up buying beers. He goes, but guy couldn't order a beer to save his life. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, he'd come up and he'd go, hey, can I get, 4 Bud Lights, Coors Light? He goes, he would be the one to grab the rounds.
Yeah.
He goes, he kept up. He goes, I knew it down pat. He goes, but this guy could not remember a fucking thing. He goes, I don't know if he was like autistic or something. And I go, but I understand like what you mean because when you talk to Josh the Ironworker when he's had a couple, he's got a little tism in him.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he was definitely feeling no pain.
It was hilarious. He goes, yeah, was he all right? And I was like, yeah, it's just how Josh
Well,
operates, dude.
He came up to me at the end of the night, and he was like, Fitzy, you're the best thing that happened to the podcast since it started. And I was like, oh, really? You think so? He's like, yeah. And Bobby's standing there, right? So Bobby, I'm
Canary.
Yeah,
Bobby
dry
City.
January. So I'm sober, Bobby's sober, and Josh is just talking to us. He's like, so I talked to Bobby later in the night. He's like, Fitzy, imagine that conversation where you're not talking and you're just staring through me and Josh is talking like that. That's what I had to do at the fucking Halloween party. He's like, you had this 90-yard stare, and Josh was just slurring all over the place. It was a fucking nightmare. I was like, I gotta go. I was dying when he said that.
Bob C is my North Shore spirit animal.
He is.
He's the man.
He's mine too, and I fucking live a block away from him.
He's
literally,
the fucking best.
30 miles away from each other when he was on the podcast talking about his wife's out of his league, double income, no kids, just fur babies. I'm like, this kid is literally the North Shore me. He's the man.
He's a gem. When Josh walked in, Court, his wife, walked to me with my sister, and she was like, fucking Josh. And I'm like, what? She's like, he walked in, and he was like, I have a table for Josh Riley, and they were like Julie was at work, Will Cox was working and everything. And they're like, we don't have your name. And he's like, it could be under Josh the Ironworker. And they were all like, oh! And she's like, his fucking smiling ear to ear, that fucking dickhead. Anyways, amazing event. First of all, thank you to the comedian. Thank you to Sean Blunt. First
Oh,
of
my
all.
God.
Yeah.
He ran the whole thing. Like, people think it was really us.
It wasn't us.
He had just asked us if we could, like, help promote it.
Yeah.
Which we were happy to do.
It was all him.
Sean O'Brien, amazing. Danny, amazing. Paul Gilligan blew my dick off my body.
So funny.
Russo obviously as delivers as always. Jeff Clow with the coach fucking bit. Like I don't want to ruin it, but he had a fucking. I've never seen somebody get on a fucking stage and like purposely slow roll the whole place after they haven't been on stage and it's packed.
Yeah.
And then he just fucking delivers like fucking the goods like on the back
If you
end
got
of
the
it.
balls to do that, it's like a cheat code.
Yeah.
Because you have everyone, after the first 5 minutes, you have everyone rooting for you.
Yeah.
And then once you turn it on, people are like, yes, let's fucking go.
And that's exactly what happened with him.
Yeah.
It was like a
100%,
want to get away commercial when he
Yeah.
first started. I'm like, oh Jesus, maybe he shouldn't be up there.
Yeah.
And
Me
then
too.
he started with the 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew. I was like, he's burying the lead here. I know he is. Like,
It was very,
he's waiting
very,
on it.
Like people are like, I don't know how the guy that kept bringing out the cards or whatever. I'm like, dude, you don't understand how hard it is to memorize jokes. Like I can sit there with you guys all day long, Michael, but if you haven't been on stage in a while, who gives a fuck? He's got a little cue card or whatever. Everything hit.
I think that was part of it. To be honest with you, I think he was doing it on purpose. Like,
I don't know. I think he needed the notes.
we'll have to ask him maybe. Anyways, that was fucking amazing. Jumptown and Doobie on the ones and twos.
Oh, my
the food
Lord.
and Donnie White helping out too from Denali Food Truck for Ed.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
They were amazing. They were awesome. I hung out with them before the show. Thanks to the IA for having us. As always, they are our fucking home away from home. Today was the first day I think I've ever been in the IA and not had a beverage, by the way. It was breaking down Sign with Danny. Absolutely awesome time. Thanks to everybody who came. Like, met a bunch of people I hadn't met. We talked about before. Pat McCarran, never met him.
Yep.
Met your cousins, Chance.
Mike Chance, yeah.
Mike and Chance, met them. Awesome fucking guys, obviously. Goes without saying. Met Sean O'Brien's dad.
Yeah.
I got a pretty funny story about that, actually. I'll just tell it. I don't care. It was funny. He's like, Sean O'Brien's dad's kind of an intimidating guy. I mean, he is. Like, he's like a great guy, but he's like, he's a politician.
Yeah,
basically,
no,
you know
but
what I mean?
if you don't, I can see it because if you don't know him, you're like, wow, this was all over the fucking
So
news.
Sean invites me over to meet him, and like, there's like 4 people that he knows there. I'm like, this sucks for him. Like, he's gonna talk to me. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm a fucking drip in real life. So he was like, hey, what's going on? Then he was like talking to me, and then he was like, you're in construction, right? I'm like, construction. He's like, do you know John O'Neill or something like that? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, he takes distressed businesses, and all of a sudden he's like, Ricky, what's up? And I'm like, all right, that was great. But he was an awesome guy. But like, he's a man about town. He's a fucking busy man. Sean was awesome. His whole crew was there. Jake Wilcox, all Wilcox,
All the Wilcox were there.
all the crowd came out. Yeah, it was amazing. And what a turnout. Sold out beyond belief. We went to the afterwards. We did the IA back room
Yep.
for
Members-
the
members
back room,
hall.
members hall. Which people were like, my buddy Scotty Moe was there, and he was like, dude, this fucking members area is unbelievable. He's like, sick. I'm like, yeah, well, he's fucking the best.
We don't need to actually go through numbers, but both sides of that building did very well Friday night.
Yes.
Very well.
Smitty was like, we were taking stuff down. Me and Danny were just shooting the shit. Smitty was in the guy who works there. He helps us out with the Halloween party. He was like getting ready for an event his daughter was having. He's like, we're gonna have more of those events here. That was really good. I'm like, oh, you think so, doctor? Yeah, it was fucking awesome. It was packed to the gills of people drinking their fucking dicks off.
It was awesome.
Last thing I was gonna say about it. This is a funny story, and I don't think I've told you this yet, but I told these guys when we had lunch yesterday. So your buddy who's from like Chicago that is a member. His wife's always with him.
His name is Chicago.
Yeah,
I know
so,
exactly.
Yeah, so I've met him
His
a few
name's
times.
Chris, but yeah.
Name's Chris. Yes.
I call him Chirac.
So, anyways, I'm walking over by them. Oh, the other last thing. We made our first official sponsorship as a podcast of an athlete.
Yes.
Jerry Callahan has been paid.
Yes.
Came over to me. I immediately Venmo'd him. He was like, I'm not here about the money. I'm like, you get the money now, motherfucker. I'm like Venmoing the shit out of this fucking kid. Anyways, we have a race car driver, an Irish race car driver. And he told me in June that they do something at the track where like you can have regular people drive the car.
Yeah.
We are doing that.
Oh,
And
100%,
creating
100%.
content. I'm like, you think Fitzy would fit in that car? It's like not a big car, I don't think. You know what I mean? I'd love to see Fitzy in that car.
I barely fit in my Silverado.
Like Fred Flintstone. So anyways, that guy from Chicago and his wife, Chris and his wife, they're like, this girl over there knows you. She said you refed her tennis game and you fucked her and I'm like, didn't fuck her. Like,
I'm about to say.
no.
Was that a comma or a period?
Like I screwed her over. And I'm like, I never reffed a tennis game in my
Better.
fucking
I was
life.
about to say, like, hold on a minute. You're a Tennessee ref? You're a Tennessee ref? Tennis ref?
No. Well, I'm like, I never reffed a tennis game in my life. Obviously, I'm fucking lubed up at this point. So I'm like, this girl's got fucking Richie slush between her fucking ears. Like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She's crazy than a shithouse rat, right? And I'm like, very confident. I'm like, I've only reffed like 3 basketball games in my life for like youth leagues, like when I was young. Like, I don't remember anything about, I played little tennis. Finally, this girl walks over to me and she's like, I know who you are. You ref my tennis game. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you are talking about. And she goes, you went to Melrose High School. I went to Melrose High School. I'm a year younger than you. I was in the 7th grade. You were in 8th. You were part of the tennis club. And you
Jesus.
called my game against this other girl. And every shot I hit that was supposed to be in, you called it out. And you totally screwed me over. And all of a sudden, I looked at her. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this story definitely started to track. Like I definitely probably liked the other girl. Like,
Yeah.
wanted to,
Bing bong.
yeah, and
Fuck her
and
over.
I was like, by the way, it's amazing that this girl has been. There's not a lot of people. By the way, they were like, she hates you, like she hates your guts.
That's
Like
what I
a
said.
35-year grudge.
Yes,
Yeah.
talk about holding a fucking grudge since 7th grade.
Dude, this girl hated
Steve
me.
Buscemi and
I-
Billy Madison type
When
shit.
I tell you, I legitimately didn't know who this girl was. Like, I just didn't know who she was. First of all, I haven't seen the girl. Even if I could remember, I just haven't seen her in 35 years or whatever. So how the fuck would I remember her name? You know what I mean? So I'm like, what's your name? And she's like, I'm not doing this with you right now. I'm like we've done this before or something. I'm like, is there something else I don't know about? So, anyways, this girl hates my guts. And I was telling the story to my oldest daughter. And she's like, Jesus Christ. She's like, imagine that the person's been walking around for all these years hating you. And you don't even remember the fucking story. And I'm like, yeah. She goes, you should offer to ref her tennis game again. She goes, then you should totally fuck her over again. Anyway, seemed like a very nice person. I apologize. If you happen to listen to this, you probably won't. But if you do, I apologize deeply. Okay?
She listens.
I apologize deeply.
That's
And I
incredible.
feel horrible about my former self being a biased tennis referee. But I can tell you that my intentions were absolutely probably not pure. So, anyways, that happened. So, but they made a bunch of money for the IA.
Oh, shit ton.
I mean, it's all going towards this
Halfway to St. Patrick's Day. In
party, which I'm
September,
going to play
we'll-
music at.
We'll talk about that,
Later on.
Yeah, later on.
Yep. By the way, golf tournament might be back on.
Yeah?
Sean B is like, I'm
Sean-
taking it over.
Sean wants to do it.
Sean's like, let's fucking do it. And I'm like, dude, I just don't know if I'm gonna, like, between graduation party for my daughter and all this shit, her going to college, like, I'm gonna have time to. I'm like, he's like, I'll fucking do. This is what I do. And I'm like, I love you.
Yeah. No, he's when he's committed to something, it's a rap record.
And we made out right there on the dance floor. It was awesome.
I seen it.
yeah. Everybody watched it.
So, since the last show,
Yes.
I was so fired up about fucking smoking delicious meats. I went on Facebook Marketplace on Tuesday morning, right?
Yeah.
And Brendan was like, they're all over Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking, let's go. So I found the very first one that I found was like a bronze color.
Yeah, it's
the
a nice
bronze
one.
color fucking Weber kettle, 22-inch, with the clean out.
Which is huge, 'cause a lot
Craig
of them don't
said.
have that,
Yeah. And guy was asking $100 for it in Malden.
Yeah.
Belmont Street in Malden.
Okay.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
Definitely a yuppie, not a Malden guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was like, hey, you got a cover for this thing? He goes, nah, no cover. You still interested? I'm like, I'm interested for 80.
Yeah.
He goes, all right, done. You can pick it up today. I'm like, yep, done and done. Picked it up. I already used it. I fired up fucking charcoals today.
Love it.
I bought a chimney, like Craig said. I got a Bluetooth temperature probes. I got fucking all kinds of different shit. I got lump charcoal, like a
Smart.
boss. And then fucking today I threw a bunch of burgers from Modern Butcher on there, sausages from Modern Butcher. Everything came out awesome. It was fucking great.
Hell yeah.
So we got to talk about that. So yesterday morning,
Yeah.
me, you, and Mohan made the drive.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I'd never been to Modern Butcher for food
Two-
before. We've gotten their food before, like their meats.
2 first timers for beefs though.
2 first timers. Now, let me just say this. Walking around with Fitzy is like, he's a beef royalty. And so we meet in like an alley, first of all. We went through the kitchen like Goodfellas. All these poor sons of bitches are standing out there in the cold.
Freezing.
13, 12 degrees maybe,
You
right?
went right to the kitchen.
Right through the kitchen. By the time these guys are just fucking staring daggers through us, and I'm getting my I'm getting a pavement fucking IPA poured for me, and we're getting our beef served, right? Which were, first of all, let me thank them for the hospitality. I don't know if they,
Shout out to Lisa and Warren.
Lisa and Warren. Warren was
Great
there, but
people.
great people, and they were fucking unbelievable to us. And I have to thank them deeply because I've said it many times in my life. I'm not a good line waiter person, like waiting in line person.
Yeah, it's tough.
Especially when it's 12 degrees out.
Yeah.
It was fucking
It
freezing.
was freezing.
Freezing.
I would say it was a majestic experience. Now, I said this off air. This is true. When we're talking about like Bella's, Modern Butcher, that level of beef, I really think we're splitting hairs. We're not. I think like, let's put it this way. I'm just as happy eating both those beefs. Like I am.
The top 5 to 10 beefs are separated by a fraction of a
Yes.
point on the scale. You know what I mean?
Which makes the bad ones that much worse.
100%.
Yeah. Mohan, you enjoyed?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, literally, no disrespect to Bella's because that beef is like, they sling heaters all day, every day. That was the best beef I've ever had.
No shit.
Before I even took a bite, I was like, "Whoa, this looks amazing." And then, like, I would have found out anyways, but Fitzy was like, "Just look for the hint of garlic." And dude, it was like first bite it hit me. I was like, "Oh my god!" And I don't know how that bun stayed crunchy throughout. Like,
They got a great bun.
dude,
Like-
it was literally the best beef I've ever had. I didn't grow up on them, but
Yeah.
I know my way around a restaurant.
Yeah,
I've eaten a few beefs in my day, and that was hands down the best beef I've ever had.
Fair enough.
Again, Bella's, Pete's, they're all like
Yeah.
slinging good beefs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's tenths of a point.
Exactly. Yes. And for me, like I said this off air, but like the hint of garlic stuff for me is just a little bit more
much?
than listen.
He'll eat a garlic clove.
I'd cut my arm off for a fucking Modern Butcher beef if it was my last meal. Just as I would for Bella's. But like I said, we're splitting the thinnest of hairs here for like the best beefs in the fucking world. And we're lucky enough to be able to walk with Fitzy through a kitchen like stars.
The mere
That's what I was gonna say. That might have bumped it up even more. You know what I mean? Get the royal treatment.
the mere fact that we have that option to like go to different spots and have that treatment and whatever.
Yeah. Let me say this
Type
too,
of
like their butchery. Obviously, Danny talked about it last week, but I got 6 sausages, 2 different kinds. I had 3 different kinds, and then I got the marrow burgers. I froze everything except for 3, one of each of the sausages. Cooked those up today in a pan, threw them in the oven with peppers and onions. Fucking
Dynamite.
mind blowing.
Dynamite.
Like you haven't fucking fucked around with sausage like this. Like they are artisans of like everything they do. Wonderful spot. This is not paid for, but this is a free ad. Actually, it was paid for. It's paid for by the fact that I have to wait in 12-degree weather. So they get an ad maybe for the next year based on that. But yes.
Another thing that they had, it was something, train of thought. Oh, so last week, I'm not sure if I mentioned on the show or not, but Lisa was like, listen, you can take pictures, please promote it. Like, please help us out.
Yeah.
So, like, they were all about, like, taking pictures of, like, the butcher class. They were like, there's no such thing as a dumb question. And believe me, when I had you say that, I'm like, now I want to know everything.
Yeah.
They couldn't have been more informative. They were awesome, awesome, awesome people. And they're like close enough where we can all get there within, we're not traveling through we're not going to the South Shore.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris.
Yeah,
it's
but
not,
I'm
it's
telling
not
you,
Newburyport anymore.
Right.
It's just Danvers.
Yeah.
3 times over the bridge this weekend. You know what I
Loves it,
mean?
kid
I
loves
love
it.
it.
Malden and
Let's
then
go.
Davis
Might as well get a
and now
house up
fucking
here.
Melrose.
Oh,
I'm
by the
gonna
way-
get my North Shore green card after this weekend.
Get an H1B. Okay, so last thing really doesn't apply to anybody at home, but we are going to Green Sky on February 2nd, by the way.
Nice.
I'm going with you. So
Nice.
that's happening. We're rescheduling a night for a night out. So everybody did fucking awesome, first of all. Danny was awesome. Danny closed the show.
Headliner.
Sean O'Brien,
Yes.
what a talent for a young kid. He's fucking awesome. And absolute gentleman. So, yeah, I mean, what a night. Like, it was really surreal to be in there and be like, oh, all this shit says pulling the cork on it. Like I was kind of like
it's crazy.
in
The
disbelief,
backdrop
kind
was
of.
fucking unbelievable.
Joe, fucking
Dude,
Ben Franklin
Franklin
print
Company.
which we will talk
Crushed
about
it.
later.
Yeah.
They
was
did
sick.
an amazing job on the koozies and that.
And shout out to Brendan Ahern for fixing the fucking audio issues.
Oh my God! How
my
did we even forget about
yeah,
that?
I didn't,
forgot
I
about
didn't
that.
forget.
I
All
know
right.
we should
So
absolutely.
here's what
address
happened.
this.
So here's
Yes.
what happened. Russo sets the thing up. He tests it out. It works.
I
He
heard
goes
it
home.
was awesome.
He goes home for a while. I don't know what he's doing. He's cracking stick back there or something. And you guys are trying to get it going, but you can't. So then Russo shows up, and now he can't get the thing going. Now it's showtime.
Past time.
Past showtime.
Past showtime.
Before you go any further, right? He texted me at 7:27. The show starts at 7:30. Place is already mobbed. He goes, in a text version, he goes, I had to go back to my house. I grabbed a different cord. And it's like, all right. I don't know what the fuck cord he's talking about.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and it still doesn't work. So now it's got to be 7:45.
Yeah, and so I actually looked at my dad and I go, he goes, "What's going on up there?" And I go, that's a them problem, not a me problem. And then I was like looking at the sign, and I'm like, it turns out that is a me problem.
us problem.
So I'm like, all right, now I have fucking, dude, I can't tell you being in a packed house at John Howard's brew house and fucking like literally hold on, trying to get the thing to work, right? The PA to work. Like a lot of places that you play music at, they don't have a house guy. So like you're in charge of the PA.
Yeah.
When the PA is not working and it's their fucking shit PA, you better figure it the fuck out, right?
Yep.
So like there's just a list of things that you are gonna have to do in order to like get this thing to work. And like that only has one cord, one mic. So I'm like, I bet I can get this thing going and
Well, I've seen you
15.
guys set up at Lily Peace.
yeah.
And there's a ton of shit going on there.
Yeah. So within like T-minus 25 seconds, we have sound.
Yeah.
And he's like, Bruce was like, "What'd you do there? How did that happen?" I'm like, I don't know. I
It was a word that said power. I
fix
hit
this
it.
fucking shit. How's that sound?
Good fix.
CBS.
Let me just pump Danny's tires real quick because like everybody crushed it the whole time.
Yes.
And I was like, Danny's got to be freaking out right now because everybody fucking knocked it out of the park and
Yeah.
you were the last to go.
Yeah.
And you fucking more than held your own.
Yep.
So,
Appreciate it.
100%.
just wanna
It was
pump
your
the
best.
tires.
It was your best by far. There's not
Appreciate it.
not a question. I told you that night.
Yep.
And I think I've sucked your dick enough on this. So let's move on. You did a great job.
That was a good time.
All right, we're talking cereals tonight. Talking cereal draft, and this has been talked about for many months. Actually, Mo, and you presented the idea to Maggie, I think, at the Patreon party,
Yeah, I think so.
and she was like, "He's got a great idea, cereal draft," and I'm like, "That is a fucking fantastic idea." Now, let me tell you one thing that I looked at that I'll interject at some point about this, but last thing I have to say, we had pizza because of you tonight. Bar Pies from Linwood.
Yep.
Which, if you don't know what that is, you're from a different part of the country. Bar pies, like Portnoy talks about bar pie a lot on his things, but it's like a smaller version of a pizza, kind of. It's fucking awesome. It's a definitely specific type of pizza. I love it.
Thin, buttery crust.
Yes,
It's
very
like a
fucking
personal pan pizza.
Yes.
But thin and crispy around the
good. Yeah,
edges.
so like think of a personal pan pizza from Uno's, but doesn't make you want to throw up and die.
Yeah.
on
Makes you
steroids.
fucking love it.
So-
light and delicious.
Dumb question.
Yeah.
We're obviously all on a group text. You had to order those at what time? You can't
I
just
ordered them at 11:30 for a 5 o'clock pickup, and
So
she
you-
said, "No, we don't have 5 o'clock." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "I was like, fine, 4:45." She's like, "No, 5:15." And I was like,
so you
okay.
you can't just go in there and just snag a pie.
No. if you go in there to order, first of all, this specific establishment only sells pizza,
Yep.
pizza and beer. That's it. I mean, you can get mixed drinks, but
Yeah.
you go in there to order a pizza. First of all, you're gonna wait for a table. You fucking chicken hawk somebody like, oh, they got their pizza. They're getting up soon. And then you sit down in a booth, and then you wait an hour for your pizza to come out.
No shit.
If you like call while I was in there, they're like, yeah, we're about an hour, 40 minutes right now. Is that okay? People calling in orders. Wait
sick.
an hour and 40 minutes,
wild.
dude.
On a
Sick.
Sunday night.
It's insane.
Sick. Yeah, on a Sunday.
It's not
Hey,
even a Friday or
Good for
Saturday
them.
night.
Good for them.
So I called it 11:30 for 7 pizzas for 5 o'clock, and they still didn't have 5 o'clock. She's like, 5:15. All right.
That's awesome.
Two last things real quick before we start the draft. One, Wicked Cornhole is retiring their business. So
No more Baltic Birch.
No more Baltic Birch. I guess so. I don't really know what the full deal is. Obviously, they were a great sponsor of us, and then unfortunately, like Bruce wasn't even sick when they started being our sponsor.
know.
You know, it's crazy how fast that happened.
Very sad.
But
Awful.
I don't know if they're gonna do some like final clear out deals and stuff like that. But I'll get in touch with them because I told them like, you know, look, I mean, anytime you lose somebody who's so critical in a business, whatever. Like I had just said to them, like, look, we'll just keep reading the ad for like this year for you, just like it's the right thing to do. You know, they were good to us. You know, and I'm sure, like, I was thinking, like, so I think probably it's just too much to for one person to handle that business, is what my guess is. Maybe they'll sell it. I have no idea what's going on with it. I haven't talked to Stacey at all. I haven't talked to anybody over there, but I found out, like everybody else on the book of Face or Instagram. But they were a great sponsor, great company. If they are doing any closeout deals and stuff, we'll let you guys know because I'm sure they're probably going to be unloading some stuff. So maybe there'll be some good deals to be had for some stuff. But RIP, great company, great local company, and they were an awesome sponsor. So that's that. Secondly, the reason me and Fitzy can enjoy this pizza with guilt-free feelings. This morning, we got a North Shore Beefs Peloton group together. Now, we talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
We decided to do a group ride this week. So Rob Messenger picked it.
Yep.
Messy spins.
Yep.
Rob Messenger, Fitzy, me, Kevin Gagne, Keith Richardson, and next week Ricci will be in there, right? Now, it was a hit ride. I don't even know what the fucking music was playing because it was so hot. I was like about to throw up like several times. Don't look at the leaderboard if you've got Fitzy there because you're getting murdered.
Yeah.
Call the police. You're dead in the streets with blood around you. Dude, I looked at it once and I'm like, he's got, all right. When I said to Maggie, I go, no, he's a beast. I go, Rob Messenger kicked the fucking tits off me too.
Well, so Messenger came out of the gate pretty fast, and I seen it, and I was like, oh, I got to put in some work in this ride. I couldn't lose.
Dude.
I was considering joining. Now I'm not.
Dude, you'll be, hey, back of the pack with me. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
I only beat Kevin Gagne, and I told Maggie, it turns out he came in late.
He
to
came
the
in like
fucking
5
thing.
minutes late.
Now, I think me and Kevin Gagne are like the same type of thing, but it was fucking wild to see Fitzy just blow. Like, we're not talking about like, Fitzy got 1,100 and I got 950. This is only like, I got like 320 or 300. No, I got 300. Fitzy like 490 something, right?
Yeah, 475.
Yeah, he's a
480,
fucking,
something like that.
like I said, if there's ever a death march, like.
Kenyan.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like,
it's biking,
if
though.
there's ever like a if there's ever like a special race for like a very large individuals, like a
bike
Tour de
riders,
You got
bicyclists.
a Tour de France for Sasquatch like men, I'm putting Fitzy in that thing and I'm betting my like mortgage on it. I fucking definitely. So, anyways, but it was a great time. If you want to join us, you can join us.
Yeah.
We're riding again next Sunday at 11.
11
or
next
11:15,
Sunday, yeah.
I think we decided.
Get the gang back together.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
we're just about like like 6 old women from fucking Minnesota walking the mall. You know what I mean? Like that's what we are. Like that's
Except
like,
we got cuts, leather cuts, with
Yeah.
bottom rockers and top rockers and everything.
yeah, pink cuts. That's
If
what
you
we
want to
wear.
join,
I rode the bike once.
You gotta
and
earn
then,
your
and then
bottom
my
rocker.
back was sore, and I blamed it on the bike, and I've never ridden it since. So maybe it's time to take the training wheels off.
Last
and,
thing, I don't know if you saw the fucking Globe. Not that you would, but like I have it for work. So, some fucking dude, expert hiker, has done the PCT, has done all this
Yes,
shit. Now this is very
dude.
sad. He's done the PCT like 3 times. He's done fucking the app, everything. He's up hiking the White
Triple
Mountains.
Crown or
Yeah,
whatever.
Triple Crown. Up hiking the mountains as a kid, as a 2-year-old kid, whatever. Passionate. Runs a company to teach people how to hike.
Outdoor
Out
hiking company.
in the White Mountains this past week. R.I.P. this guy.
yeah.
in the presidentials where you were.
Where I was now, granted, he was there in January. I was there in fucking October, but that's not my
Dude, sometimes October's fucking worse.
Yeah.
Because you're
found the kid in
underprepared.
5 feet of
Even
fucking
when he
snow.
did it, they said it's probably not a good idea to do it at that time, right?
Still did it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, dude, my brother-in-law's an idiot. We all know that. Fucking dummy.
He literally tried to kill you.
He will.
Pretty
I
sure.
mean, listen. Good news is that I'm still alive. I'll probably outlive that fucking idiot.
Where was he Friday?
I don't know what happened with him. I didn't
see him.
engage. We didn't miss him. Don't worry about it. Nate, if you listen to this, you weren't missed.
So listen, that book I fucking gave you,
Yeah.
you got to read it because in his head, he was with 2 other people that said, "This is too much. I'm turning around."
Yeah.
And he said, "I'm gonna keep going," and ended up fucking calling 911 like 2 hours
Yeah.
later.
And
I'm
then he
cold.
was, and then he's gone.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
on 911 for like 2 hours and then dropped the call.
They found him in 5 feet of
They
snow.
found him in 5 feet of snow, frozen to death.
Yeah.
Why were they on call for 2 hours?
Trying so they could
locate
ping
him?
him so they knew where he was, but there was like they sent like a chopper, but so the
find him
rescue
up there.
teams
Can
got
only
assemble.
Yeah.
they don't live at the trailhead.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
they got to assemble. It's like you're talking hours and hours and hours, and
Yeah, and if you go down these trails, you can see, like, dude, getting to these places is not fucking easy. Like, so in regular weather.
yeah, you can't ride a snowmobile. You know what I mean?
No, you
It's-
can't ride
it's
a
hiking
snowmobile.
trail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta break trail with
So
fucking snow.
the thing that stuck out to me about that article, and like I said, I am very sad for this guy's family. Like, it's fucking horrible. Like, I'm not, but I will say, and it goes for everybody that I see on these fucking like mountaineering things or fucking, you know, whatever, the guys with the fucking squirrel suits and shit. And they're always like, the thing in the article was like, he was the first one to talk to people about, like, you know, if they were down, like, not to use drugs, but to like use nature as it's like, dude, that's not a big difference. That's just as dangerous. Like, that's dangerous, man. Like, that's fucking, you don't want to be fucking around with that shit.
Yeah, like, oh, he died doing what he loved. Well, he shouldn't have been fucking doing what he loved, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah.
was fucking -9 degrees without the wind.
Yeah.
You know
Be
what I
miserable
mean?
like the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I was struggling out here with the heat on in the garage last night. For crazy.
Icon
I was calling
flat land.
911. I'm stuck out in the garage.
I just turned the heat on again.
Anyways, all right, Fitzy, you do me one huge favor. You grab me a water off of that right there.
Yep.
All right, so we have a cereal draft and
Snake draft.
steak draft.
Who's going first?
Mohan.
Always.
Yep.
Always.
Yeah,
First.
so
Guests go
listen,
first.
now you guys got me fucking questioning my first
You don't
pick,
have
but
to.
I
You
can't.
can either go first or you can pick
No,
who goes first.
no,
it always
no.
goes clockwise.
No, I'm going first. But you guys got me questioning my first pick already. I'm like, these motherfuckers.
That's why
but-
you shouldn't have told us.
I
shit.
know. Well,
Yeah, we
listen,
put
dude,
it-
I'm
keep
staying,
that
I'm
tight
staying
to
with
the
it.
chest.
Listen, the one person from the South Shore at that fucking party
He was on
was
board
like
with
my
you.
man.
We were me and Fitzy were playing mental games with fucking
Mental
Mohan besides-
warfare at Modern Beef yesterday. Modern Butcher.
No one's gonna pick that. You could have that at fifth.
Oh, last thing before you start. I said last thing 16 times. Mark Fitz's beard.
Oh yeah,
Majestic.
He should be a fucking beard model.
yeah.
Like, dude, I go, if I had your beard and I had my music, I'd be like a famous, like, I'd be like a guy who opens for like Jason Isbell. So they'd be like, look at that beard. He means business. Like, that
Stapleton.
beard is, yeah, that beard is sick. Like, I look like a I don't look like I'm supposed to be playing that music. I look like a fat baby.
What'd you
I
say
said,
when we were taking the picture?
What?
You look like a lesbian.
Yeah, yeah. I have my glasses on, my new glasses. And we take a picture of these things. I look like I look like a lesbian in this picture. Like, I did.
It was a live picture too, and I got like my mouth agape, and so I like edited so that my mouth's closed. I'm like, why is my mouth open? I hold the picture, going, yeah, I look like a lesbian. I started dying laughing.
You heard it in the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, all the love to my lesbian friends out there, but I just happened to look like one at that time.
All right, so ground rules.
Yep.
So what happens? Say we, I don't want to use name brands, but you pick a specific cereal from a maker. Does
say-
that eliminate the other
I don't think
brands
so.
of that
No,
cereal?
no.
I say they're
Okay.
all fair.
All right.
game.
I think it's all fair game,
Yep.
even like with like the deviations of a certain
Yeah.
type.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's all I
Yep.
wanted to know.
Okay.
Cereal's different than movies.
All right. I had a fucking index card. I had like a fucking 5x8 index
was
card
ready.
that I left at home. So we're shooting from the hip here. I made some notes, but I already know my first pick. It just, listen, sometimes in a draft, going first isn't the best. Because that, especially when there's 4 people.
You could still
now
I'm
going
choose if
8,
you
9. No.
No, I
it's
agree
fine.
with you.
I'm comfortable, but sometimes going second or third's good because then you get like a third and a fifth
right.
as opposed to first and eighth. But should I start it off?
Go for it.
All right, Cinnamon Toast Crunch,
Yeah,
hands down.
That was gonna be someone's.
Yeah.
I think, right? Maybe not.
Not even
Fitz,
in my top
Fitzy
5.
said not even in his list.
That which is nuts.
is-
it's
insane,
It's
dude.
on my list, but it's not in my top 5.
Yeah, well, dude, the milk alone. You finish the bowl of cereal and you
It's a
drink the
treat.
milk. It's
They
fucking
make-
delicious.
They
dude.
make ice cream based off the taste of the milk.
Come on.
They make Cinnamon Toast Crunch milk ice cream.
I gotta find it.
Yeah.
So
next
that,
time I see it, I'll send it to you.
no brainer. That was my first pick.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, great pick.
I
That's
don't
a
know
good pick.
whose friend it was that was from.
It was mine.
From the South Shore, and he's like
Beard.
cereal draft,
Yep.
and we literally were both like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, no brainer.
He's from Whitman.
South Shore. So
No, it's a fucking great
By
pick.
the way, when we were starting to talk about this, and then this morning, I'm like, why the fuck do we even eat cereal? Like, I was like, where the fuck did this shit come from? Turns out it was like from like the Kellogg guy and the Post guy.
Yep.
They were like these vegetarian maniacs. And the guy was like, that was what they were giving people in sanitariums was fucking cereal. And then they were like, oh, we should sell this to people. And they marketed it to kids through fucking throwing toys in there and
Sugar.
shit.
Toys
and
and
all that
loading
shit.
it with sugar and marshmallows and everything
ludicrous
else.
that we thought it was like supposed to be good for you. And then now, my history with cereal is complicated. I told this to Fitzy. We talked about it yesterday. Where my mother would only buy non-sugar cereals, but then let us dump sugar all over it. It makes... Now, I don't think we knew our asses from our elbow back then as far as like what's good for you and what isn't good for you, what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. But I never had the fun cereals. I was always stuck with like a grapefruit and fucking, you know, the fucking most bland shit you could buy. You know what I mean? Like that's what I was stuck with. It was like, eat this, and then here's a bag of sugar you can dump down your throat with it, you know?
I did some research on this when I was in the grocery store. I do the shopping. Hands down, General Mills crushes the game between
Really?
like post Kellogg. We'll go over.
Probably
and
because they were the guy Kellogg was a Seventh-day Adventist maniac. Do you know what that is?
Really? I did
It's like
not
a
know
crazy
that.
form of Christianity.
Yeah.
Like it's like they don't go out after like fucking 4 or some shit on Fridays. Like you have to be home and praying. Sounds like terrible.
There's nutritionists that say you're
Sounds
better
like-
off eating the box than eating the cereal.
Yeah.
The cardboard box has more nutritional value than the actual cereal in the box.
Like
Are
think
you,
about
are you
all the-
buying that though?
I'm not saying I'm saying nutrient wise,
What the fuck nutrients does a cardboard
Wood.
box have?
pulp.
but the stuff in there has no
Nah,
nutrients
no
either.
nutrients.
It's
Yeah.
like pure sugar and carbs.
There's nothing in corn either. I love corn. You love corn?
Correct, yes.
Yeah,
And that's
there's
why a lot of it's cornflakes and made out of corn.
Now it's all starting to make sense.
Corn's like one of my favorite
right.
vegetables.
Fucking
I'm
love
up.
corn, dude.
I'm up.
I'll wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and just crush a can of corn.
Hell yeah.
I'm up. So now I'm doing this draft differently because I wanna have a shot at it. No, what I've been doing normally is I've just been picking what my favorite. This is one of my favorites, but like I think it'll be gone by the time it gets back to me, so I gotta get it now. I gotta get Lucky Charms out of the way.
Hell yeah. It's a good one.
This is my top 3.
I never had Lucky Charms. This is true in my life till I got to college. And then
Really?
at St. Mike's, you could like just they had every sugary cereal. I was 1,000 pounds by the time the first semester.
They're
was over.
magically delicious,
Dude, I ate them like 3 meals a day as like a side. Like I was like, I'd have like a piece of pizza, turkey meatloaf, and like a side of Lucky Charms. Like I was just like, I was baked out of my mind all the time. They're fucking awesome, first of all. Second of all, you don't think they're that good?
So if you give me a bowl of Lucky Charms right now, I'm gonna crush it. But I think without the marshmallows, it's the worst cereal on earth.
Well, that's
But
like
this-
saying,
I know, but it has the marshmallows.
that's like saying John Holmes was a loser if he didn't have a big dick. Like
That's like fucking cornflakes and frosted flakes. I'm not gonna take fucking cornflakes.
saying golf's so fun. But if you don't have a little ball, golf's so fun.
No. You guys are missing the point here. I think there are other cereals with marshmallows that are pretty fucking
Well, we
good.
know how your fucking drafts go, so let's just let it play out.
All right, so I'm going Lucky Charms. I love it. Mo here is comfortable.
Coming for fucking necks.
I
dude.
love it. I love it.
I don't hate the pick. I
I-
probably would have waited till second round.
I think it's a solid pick. That would have been.
I don't think
that
it
would have been
made
a
it.
first
I don't
round.
think it, well, now I know that you have a trash palate, so I know it wouldn't have made
You
it.
say so.
Would have made it. All right, you're up.
All right. This is like, first off, it's criminally underrated.
Grape nuts.
Yeah. It is criminally underrated.
By the way, I think I've said this. I saw a guy one time walking around the lake in Wakefield, and he had a Grape Nuts T-shirt on, and I immediately called the police, and I'm like, I found a serial killer. Like, this guy is fucking, no pun even intended. Like, you gotta be a serial killer to wear that fucking shirt.
Came with the fucking box, I guess.
Yeah. Had you said like 98 of the little fucking
Yeah, UPCs.
UPCs in.
Criminally underrated was gonna be my number one pick regardless. Golden Grams.
I like that.
I
pick.
like it
I like
too.
it a
Yeah,
lot.
I like
and you
it
know
too.
what I would say? I would almost put Golden Grams in the same category with Cinnamon
Cinnamon
Toast
Toast
Crunch.
Not even
Yes.
close.
Yes.
dude.
It's
Not
Yes.
even close.
Yes.
I think they're
It's
But I-
the ghetto shitty version is cinnamon toast latte.
It's the Malden version of cinnamon toast.
Sign me up then, dude.
It's
I'll
the
still eat
PG
hamburger.
version.
I like
I'll
Golden
still eat
Grams.
hamburger help if you give it to me. I don't give a
when
fuck.
I'd eat the shit out of that.
When they get a little soggy,
Oh, it's the
and you
best,
start chewing
dude.
through them, dude.
Yes.
Fitzy,
it's
this
almost
is what I'm
better.
talking about.
I like them.
I used to.
It's not a first round pick,
Of
dude.
course it
I
is.
had it in my 5th round, dude. Literally.
It's who you
That's
like.
because you
it's
don't
who
have
you like when
education
you
on
like.
the South Shore. I get it. It's a first round pick all day long.
No way.
Unbelievable
Now I
pick.
will say this
agree to
in the
disagree.
comments for like when I put up that we're doing a cereal draft. A lot of Cinnamon Toast Crunch
Tons.
people in there.
I knew for a
Tons,
fact
yeah.
that was
So
going to
like,
be
it's
in the
gonna
first
be a
round.
big get for him to get that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mohan could win this.
100%.
Off of that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Let's see.
Wait until he gets grape nuts next round.
All right,
bro.
we got a double pick here for Fitzy.
First one, Cookie Crisp.
Solid pick.
I fucking love
Solid
Cookie
pick.
Crisp. And it was one of my favorite. And again,
Same thing. When they get soggy,
They get
they're
soggy
fucking
and
delicious.
they're perfect. And when I was a little kid, I used to eat those all the time. And same thing. My mother would try to get us like,
Off brand.
yeah. We had no. So when I was little, we had real legit cereal. So we had Cookie Crisp. My father loved sugary cereals, and he loved fucking sending shit in and all that shit. After he passed, we struggled, so we had fucking Fruit Hoops and fucking and wheat rims. Like
Wheat rims. I think you called them wheat hoops yesterday.
but I said Fruit Hoops
Yeah.
today, so I didn't want to double it up.
Wheat
I'm like-
rims might be the funniest
I'm
thing
like
I've ever heard in my life.
I'm like a walking thesaurus, dude. I'm good at English.
We need Chris.
Instead of
We're
hoops,
gonna
it's
need
rims
to have to
today.
cut that, and we're gonna need Chris Shelley to put like a wheat rims thing on there or something like
Wheat
that.
rims were fucking bomb.
That was Fitzy driving in a car with wheat rims on it. His
You
Silverado.
gotta tell this story about, maybe it's a Patreon story, what you were saying about the homemade Cookie Crisp yesterday. Dropping full chocolate chip cookies into the bowl of milk.
Oh, I think I was saying that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it might have been Brendan.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Mohan, and you're the sober one?
No, I'll tell you what. I was gonna say it, but like, I mean, it can't be that much worse for you. That like, there's nothing. Like, you want to see the ultimate fat kid move? Like, close your ears, Brian Panuzzo. Like when you just take like a handful of Oreos, throw them in a bowl of milk, let them sit there for like 5 minutes, and then just crush the fuck out of them. Dude, that was me. Like, and I'll tell you right now, that gives me a fucking pants tent like you wouldn't believe to think about that. Like, I don't do it because it's like I know how bad that is, and like that means I've gone into like a very dark place of my diet.
Yeah.
But like I want to do it all the time. You know what I mean? Like
When I was smoking grass, I could get with that for sure.
I don't even need to smoke grass, kid. I can just do it. Fat kid for life.
Yeah, so Cookie Crisp, that's
All
my
right.
first
I
one.
like
Great
that
one.
pick.
Great pick.
Second one is what used to be called when I was a kid Sugar Pups, but now they're called Corn Pups because you can't market something called Sugar Pups to little kids. You know what Corn Pups are?
I know
Yeah,
exactly.
dude,
what that is.
yellow
I just
lumps?
know now that you're in fourth place.
I don't even want to say it, but I felt it.
What a crazy fucking pick.
Corn Pups are the best, dude.
Are you out of your mind?
You just said you need a jar of corn.
Yeah.
That's what those are. It's
No,
like
that-
sugared corn.
No, dude.
Yeah.
Just eat corn.
They're so good.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm trying to win a draft, not go off nostalgia. I get where you're coming from.
Listen, let me tell you this right now.
Unbelievably. wow.
Again, this is my opinion. You don't have to agree with it.
Listen.
But my track record shows for itself how good I am at these things.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. You just drafted Jamarcus Russell.
I'll tell you what, I have to say this. We've been trying not to be like, we've talked about other drafts, and we've been like, oh, we don't want to become like the draft show every week.
Yeah.
But I just have to say it. Drafts are fun as shit.
They're,
It is
wicked-
fucking
they're
wicked
so fun, dude.
Yeah. All right, Danny, you are up.
Let's get right to it, dude. Shout out to the Flintstones, Fruity Pebbles.
Solid pick.
Fruity fucking Pebbles.
I don't like any of the pebbles.
You're an idiot.
I'm telling
I
you.
have to
My,
say this.
my only problem with
They're
the
too
pebbles
small.
is they get fucking too floppy.
Mushy, and they're too small.
Yeah.
But we all just agreed that like sometimes it's better when they're a little
Bigger
soggy.
ones when they get soggy.
Honestly,
By the way,
Golden Grams when they get soggy. Cookie Crisp when they
have
get
you
soggy.
guys seen that they now have the minis? Like
No.
it's Cinnamon
what?
Toast Crunch minis, and it's just little balls, dude. And pause, by the way. But it's like instead of having like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, like the little squares, it's like Dippin' Dots.
Really?
But-
I haven't seen them.
Tippin' Tots. Talk about something that should definitely gives you cancer. after you eat it.
They're like
Freeze-dried ice cream balls.
They're like they never melt.
yeah. Your insides do though.
Fruity Pebbles.
I'm not. I have to agree. I know that will be a lot of people will love Fruity Pebbles. That
yeah, a
pick.
lot of
I
people
just
like
am
that.
not a Pebbles guy either.
Me neither.
Crazy.
I don't like the consistency of them.
It's unbelievable. I'm gonna.
They're too small and they get soggy wicked quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
then
you're
they're
gonna eat
just
quick.
like, yeah, they're just,
We're not there to watch a movie. We're there to eat something.
I know.
I can't
like
believe
reading the
I'm
back
going to
of
get
the
one of
box.
my next 2 picks. I never thought either of these would drop this far. So
Dude,
I like it.
well, I can't see, but you have 37 cereals. on
Great.
there.
I had to have at least 20, dude.
He's definitely getting great nuts. That's for sure.
First off, I know I'm the youngest here, but like, do you not remember like the Fruity Pebbles and I don't want to say the other cereal, but like
Yes.
the commercials?
Well, I would have picked the other cereal anyways. Just
on-
milk
that's on the-
alone, dude. You blew it.
That's on the list too. First off,
I don't even know what they're talking about.
The Friday
Okay.
after next
All right.
pick over there.
By the way,
great pick, dude.
after this, we're going to talk about shitty cereals too.
Yes.
We're not going to draft them, but we're going to talk about bad ones. All right, I'm going with this one. We did discuss it outside Mon Butcher yesterday. My second pick. Danny's looking at all my picks. I love it.
I'm not. I promise.
No,
I'm
no,
not.
it's fine.
I
You can,
promise
we're not going to pick the same things anyways. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, 'cause
Now,
he's
as
got
I
a
said, the
10-cent
only thing
head.
that was close, the only thing that was fucking close in my house to like a fucking sugary cereal, and this was like,
This is your
I
pick?
was living high on the hog. Raisin Bran. Now, Raisin Bran
I
fucks.
love
mean,
it. I love it.
Raisin Bran fucks.
Yes.
I don't hate Raisin Bran, but it's like, what are we
Raisin
doing right
Bran
now?
is good.
Not a
dude.
second
I love
round
it.
pick.
No.
It's a
Seth.
solid pick. Listen, it's a solid pick, but
Brendan, I'm with you.
Listen,
I don't
Didn't
know.
Mark Fitz say he's a
No,
Raisin
yeah, you
Bran
know
guy?
who else is with you? Mark Fitz is with you.
Yeah, that's all I
don't hate
need.
Ra-
Yep.
I get the Fitzmorrises and me with a fucking thing of on Peloton bikes just crushing Raisin
Raisin
Bran
Bran.
like maniacs.
Love it.
Matt, thinking about it right now has made me want Raisin Bran.
Me too.
Like, I love Raisin Bran.
love it.
the sugary raisins, they're pretty
Yes.
pretty
He's
good.
coming
They're
around
pretty
right
good.
now. He's
Yeah,
being
they're
sold.
pretty good.
No, I agree. I could have got him later.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah, you
That's-
probably could have waited. but-
I
Yeah.
love Raisin Bran, but I would not pick them. They're not top 5.
no.
For me,
they're top 5 for me.
You know something? Like I don't even. I don't even know if like.
I think what Fitzy's learned how to do is influence the audience, actually, more than like
I
take the
just
best
don't
picks.
understand it. Top 5?
I love Raisin Bran.
I just picked it. I love it.
That whole cereal aisle. You're walking down Amsterdam with girls in the windows, and you go, "Wow, look at that one!" And it's Raisin Bran.
Yeah, for me it is. I love it.
That's insane to me.
Yeah.
Amsterdam, I'm like Charmaine Bucco right there.
Ball pass. All right, Mohan, you got a double, and he's got 2 that he loves.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at him. He's
There's-
fired up.
Listen, Crunch Berries, dude. Captain Crunch Berries.
That was on my list.
Solid.
Yeah.
Definitely because they're 2 different cereals for
Yep.
sure, but the one with the berries in them
Yep.
is fucking lights out.
It's all-
now, I will say
It's like
they
eating
make
razor blades.
Yeah.
roofie your mouth.
Yeah.
Fucking murder.
It's fine. It's worked it every time.
So they make one with all berries too,
And
but
oops,
that's
all
not,
berries.
yeah, that's not the one I'm picking. I'm picking the fucking Captain Crunch with the crunch berries in it.
I'm
Okay.
with you.
All right,
That's a
Just
great
to
one.
clarify it. Fruit Loops, dude. How did Fruit Loops fall
not
to
a
the
Fruit Loops
fucking
guy either.
third round?
So I'll tell you why. Fruit Loops is on my list, right? But do you understand that they're all the same flavor? They're
Yeah.
fucking with your mind.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course they are.
It's so dumb.
Of course they are.
Red shouldn't taste like yellow. Yellow shouldn't taste like
It's basically
purple.
the same thing as another cereal that might fucking be on my list too, but a little bit different flavor.
Let me tell you right now, Fruit Loops is one of the best nicknames for somebody who's a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
dude, it's Fruit Loops. It's like the best thing about the cereal is calling somebody Fruit Loops. You know what I mean?
That's listen, I got no beef with that one either.
Listen, I had another one that could have gone in that spot, but I just stayed true to my list. I'm just going down the list and checking them off as you guys pick them.
Fruit Loops.
It's a solid pick, dude.
it's
when
not
you're a kid, it's a bowl of fucking sugar, dude.
Yeah.
All right,
Literally.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. This is what I'm going with because I'll tell you right now. When I had a buddy, Jeff McNaught listens to this, I think sometimes, but his brother Dan was like my age, so like we were friends. Our parents grew up together and everything, and they had every fucking. It was like when I saw this yesterday when they opened up the fucking thing, it was like Mother's China in there. Like it was like everything they got at the fucking store they have,
Yep.
right? Just like diabetes in a fucking cabinet, right? And I was like, I would love sleeping over there because I knew I was getting a sugary cereal. And I always went Count Chocula. Now,
Good pick.
I love Count Chocula, and I love just seeing the count on the box. I was like,
more marshmallows for you.
listen,
It's a marshmallow cereal.
I
That's a
love it.
marshmallow cereal I can get upon.
yeah. And I'll tell you right now, I'd see his face, and I'd be like, This is like reminds me of like Saturday cartoons, just everything awesome. I could never get it at my own house. You know what I mean? It's like the people who have to drive to like a different state to buy like legal weed now. You know what I mean? Like it's like that. Like, oh, you gotta like cross borders to get this shit.
Yeah.
Is that the
Promotions.
one it's basically Lucky Charms but chocolate? It's got the
Yes.
marshmallows
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
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 That's
It's a good
solid.
one.
It's a good
It's
pick.
actually. I would take that over Lucky Charms. I
I wouldn't.
I
No.
would.
No.
Without the marshmallows, it's fucking.
That's what's emphatic no that just came out. He goes, no.
Nah, no fucking chance.
And it was said like somebody like a doctor. You're like, oh, well, I think I probably am gonna make it. And he's
Wrong.
like, no, you're not. You're gonna die. You're gonna be dead in a week.
I don't know. and it's because you had Lucky Charms.
Yeah, it's like the guy whose friends were like, hey, we should turn around. He's like, no,
No. Not turning
Dead.
around.
All right, go ahead.
A cereal that is better than the candy, and I said what I said. Reese's Puffs.
Right over there. I took a picture of him earlier. Behind the peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Oh, all right. I
Danny,
didn't
you're surprising me. You got some solid picks.
buddy. Well, you guys are picking Raisin Bran and fucking
Corn Puffs.
corn Pops.
Love
is
it.
crazy. Dude.
Love
I
it,
just don't
dude.
understand.
Whenever I think about corn pop now, all I think about is the Biden thing. Like when he had, you don't remember that?
No.
When he claims that he had a fucking, he claims that he had a fight with like a inner city black guy, like at the pool he worked with when he was like a life guy. You ever heard that?
No.
His name was Corn Pop. I said, and he had a razor blade in his hand. I said, Corn Pop, put that down. You never seen that?
No.
It's the most wildest thing I've ever seen in my life. We'll play it after we're done with this.
So Reese's, right?
Yeah.
Most people love it as a candy. I love it when they're frozen. I
Yeah,
throw
you
them in
said
the
that.
freezer or the fridge. I need them cold. I can't have it like right off the shelf.
Yeah.
But the cereal is a fucking, oh my God, dude. That's
Peanut butter chocolate milk, dude.
it's
is
so
what it
fucking
is.
good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I
A
would
solid
Now,
pick.
I have to admit something right now. I don't eat cereal unless like I'm on vacation now. Like it's the only time I eat it is like if I'm on vacation, we're gonna go to the beach. Like, cause I'm like, well, I'm gonna fucking walk everything down there. Because if I eat cereal now, I just feel like the fattest loser that's ever fucking been on the earth.
I also don't eat
It
cereal.
Yeah.
doesn't fill you either. I literally started eating cereal 3 weeks ago when I found out I was coming on the show. I'm like, fuck,
Gotta start eating cereal.
go down the aisle and see which one I grab first. That's my first pick. I haven't eaten cereal since I was probably fucking 15 years old.
Cereal's the best.
Actually, probably my freshman year at Framingham
Yeah,
State.
there you go. You
Those
probably
big fucking
yeah.
tubs of them.
Yeah, that was definitely the off-brand shit we were getting too. By the way.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And that's part of why I got to go nostalgia because I haven't eaten cereal in fucking.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
true.
how
I'm
many-
operating
The last
on-
time I ate cereal, I ate it with almond milk. That's how fucking.
what are
old
we
I am.
even talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
I haven't had regular milk in probably 15 years.
Oh my God, my
Why?
heart breaks for
I don't
you.
drink milk. I drink water and black coffee. And then like while I'm still standing on sober January, dry
Yeah.
January, I'm drinking these little seltzer waters.
Oh,
from
by the way, that's the
BJ's.
other thing we didn't reveal is that you were sober the other night.
I made
for-
it straight through
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You were dry.
Yeah, comedy show.
Hey, I've had fucking dry January.
yeah, you've
for
been,
like
you've been doing
11
good,
years
too.
running now. 13
Hey,
years
I
running.
did. I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, you were still a ton of fun.
Yeah, I mean,
Not what everybody else said, but
look at me now.
Unbelievable.
all right, go ahead. You're up. Doubles.
I'm taking Honey Nut Cheerios.
Solid.
Guess who's coming in last place for sure?
You don't like Honey Nut Cheerios?
Yeah, they're good.
That's my third pick.
Honey Nut-
fucking
I think
Honey
unbelievable.
Nut Cheerios are fucking
Staple.
money.
I think
Yeah,
that is an
staple.
unbelievable third, fourth round
I agree.
pick.
I agree.
Yep. I love
Solid, dude.
I love
Okay.
them.
Okay.
And when I was little, right? Go back to fucking nostalgia, right? When I was little, I remember you could save the UPC codes and send them in, and they would send you full-size bitter honeys.
Bitter honey's a fire, dude.
Bitter
I
honeys are
remember-
good. They'll pull the cavities right out of your
Right out of
teeth.
your body.
Fillings gone. So I remember eating a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios when I was little. I was probably 7 or 8, right?
Yeah.
And then my father gives me a bit of honey, and I ate it for breakfast. And I remember puking all the way through until fucking lunchtime. And my mother was like, "What did you eat?" I'm like, "Nothing. I don't
Did you eat the
know."
wrapper?
No, I ate the. But you give a little 7-year-old a full size bit of honey at fucking 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
He's gonna puke.
Yeah, that's why they put them in those little like bite-sized ones
Yeah,
now.
but they make
they
huge
used to
ones.
make the
Yeah,
big
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
All right,
literally
so-
a block of sugar is
Block
all
of
it
sugar
is.
plus after Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah,
With milk. My next one, Apple Jacks.
Good one.
solid.
Good one.
Yeah,
Very good
That
one.
was my next pick.
Surprised it actually lasted this long.
Yeah, I was.
I think
too.
you got 2 value picks there.
Yep. I don't fuck
Yeah,
around.
that was
Adam Schefter would
was-
enjoy that.
Adam
Very
Schefter will be
good.
all over that. Okay, to elaborate on it, or that's just it?
Apple Jacks.
That's the one I was talking about when I picked Fruit Loops. Apple Jacks are
that was what
basically
you were
fucking
saying?
Fruit Loops, only apple flavored. It's
Yeah.
the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Literally,
I
the
think
same
Apple
thing.
Jacks dominate Fruit Loops, if I'm being honest.
No way.
I
way.
think so too.
Yeah.
I think they win, but I don't think they
No.
they don't crush them.
No.
Those are like Fitzy and me on the Peloton. Let's put it
Yeah.
that way. All right, Danny.
Ready? If you wanted a Cheerios pick, this is the one. It's called Apple Cinnamon Cheerios,
It's basically Apple Jacks, but like
but Cheerios.
Yeah, dude, that's the Friday after next pick
know,
of this
it's not-
draft.
yeah,
dude.
it's
What are
not-
you even talking about?
not a great-
I don't
You
even
would
know if
rather-
they sell that anymore.
You would
Do
rather
they even sell that
You would rather
anymore?
have Honey Nut Cheerios over Apple Cinnamon?
Oh,
every day of the week.
1000%.
All day,
all day,
all day.
every day.
all day.
I work with retards.
I'd rather fucking. I would rather regular Cheerios
You're
than
crazy.
apple
No,
cinnamon
that's
Cheerios
wild shit.
with sugar on it. But
What? All right, so while we're on this,
With a
right?
banana cut up and fucking.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Are you guys like fruit in your cereal type of
Well,
people?
I had to be
Depends on
because
the
all I had was
cereal.
fucking
Yeah, it
plain
depends on
Cheerios
the
when I was a
fucking
kid.
cereal.
I had a half a bushel of strawberries
I
and
can't
bananas
believe
in there.
bushel
Trying to get some fucking flavor.
couple tablespoons of
My
sugar.
mom was spending $1,000 a week on fruit so I could eat cereal.
I can't believe you guys would really pick Honey Nut over Apple Cinnamon.
Love Honey Nut. I'll die on Honey Nut. I'll be
Literally
honest with you.
Honey Nut.
When I said at the
100
beginning I'm
times out of
trying to
100.
get a better score in this draft, I would have picked Honey Nut 1.
What?
I thought
Yeah,
I could
dude.
get them in my last pick.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna get him in my 4th round.
They're my favorite cereal.
Yeah. I
Honey
love
Nut.
100%.
Love 'em.
Yeah, my favorite cereal.
Well, I hope that the people listening pay attention and realize that I work with fucking idiots because Apple Cinnamon's the way to
Cheerios.
go.
I like your draft, I have to say that. All right, so let me real quick, let's do some ads.
Sure.
I'll start. First on the docket this week. The guys at Ben Franklin Print Company. Joe went above and beyond for us, as he
Yes,
always
he did.
does.
Yep.
Even before being a sponsor of the show. That fucking backdrop he made us is sick. It's
So sick.
absolutely fucking sick. And I'll tell you right now, because I know from experience, because last year for the Halloween party, not this current one, but the one before that, we got one made, a backdrop made online. It stunk. All right, one of the worst backdrops has ever been around. All right, fact. So most fucking one of the top backdrops that you ever want to fucking burn. This thing is perfect, awesome. They did an amazing job. It looked awesome up there.
Yep.
So we now have a backdrop for any event we want to do.
How big was that?
It's like 10 by.
was big.
Yeah, it's
Big,
big.
yeah.
It's like 10 by 10 or something like that. Did a fantastic job. Maybe it's 9 by 10. But they made the koozies,
Yep.
which were fucking awesome. Everybody has a koozie now. And I know a lot of people will reach out and be like, I want a koozie, I want a koozie. We gave them all out. So we'll get more made at some point. But that was just for this event, like kind of special thing we did. They did all our sweatshirts. They did, by the way, bullshit. I sent Bob, I looked at all my notes. I was talking to this. I sent Bobby C, if he's listening to this, I sent him a hoodie and it's in my notes of like everybody I sent stuff to and like it didn't get to him.
Yeah, he didn't get it.
Sucks. So I think we're out of XLs. We're going to order more hoodies though. We have to.
Next time, just give it to me and I'll get it to him.
Yeah, I should have probably done that.
He must have been in a bad area.
And it was kind of
Malden.
around the Christmas.
He doesn't live in Malden.
This is a
Good,
reveal.
good try though. We shaped up.
Probably my
Porch-
mailman,
Porch
John Connell.
Robbins.
Look at
Yeah,
you.
somebody grabbed that off the porch thinking it
Porch,
was a
Yeah.
fucking
Porch
Christmas gift.
Pirates.
100%. But seriously, awesome people. They do great stuff. You can get a hold of them at 177 North Main Street, Building 600, Unit 11. I'll be there tomorrow in Middleton, Mass. So I could drop off the, he let us use the stand. You can rent that from them too if you have a backdrop made. 978-624-7341. Info at benfranklinprintco.com. Let them know that we sent you. Lily Pease?
Lily Peas. 50 Binney Street. Lily Peas Chicken, 50 Binney Street, Cambridge, Mass. Parking, if you go to the Cambridge location, is validated in the lot attached to the restaurant. Original Ginger today went to the Hub Hall location.
Yep.
Nice.
He got the Lower Broadway. Did you see that?
I did not see that.
I seen
Yep.
it.
He posted it, tagged us in it. You can find them at lilypeaschicken.com. They have the Hub Hall location, like I said, if you're going to a Bruins game or a Celtics game, if you're going downtown, North Station, Hub Hall. Executive chef and owner Chris Parsons, lilypeacechicken.com.
I will say the Hub Hall's always jammed.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah,
time
they
I
do
go
well.
to a Bruins game.
Yeah.
Like I end up having to eat at the Greek place across the way because there's fucking 50 people in line at Lily P's.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
As it should be, those sandwiches
You
are
want to
fire.
Bella's?
Bella's 1211 Osgood Street, North Andover, Massachusetts. As you know, they're the king of this shit. That's what they do. Not only do they sling the best beef, but they have, I seen the black and blue steak tip salad that Brendan got.
Phenomenal.
They,
Chicken fingers a bomb.
out of this world. They're starting to do these new buns, what we talked about briefly a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
It's a new onion roll. But
By the way, everybody's trying to bite that now. A couple new other places are like, we got this new brioche.
Brioche.
Do me a favor, stick your
Yeah.
dick in your mouth, buddy. All right? 'Cause you fucking bit that shit.
you should have been. If you wanted business, should have been going on it. Don't listen now.
Yeah.
Don't come on the fucking train now.
That's right.
All right. Harry, Sandra, the crew, they're killing it up there. 1211 Osgood Street. I believe it's Bella's Roast Beef NA.
No, Bella's NA.
Bella's NA, not Narcotics Anonymous. It stands for NorthAndover.com. And go up there and say that we sent you.
Tedco. My boy Ted, get in bed with Ted. We know this. 233 Pearl Street, Somerville, Mass. Not that it even matters because you're going to call Teddy. All right, you're going to get him on the phone. 617-996-6827. Admin at tedcocm.com. Let me just tell you this right now. Call Teddy and tell him we sent you. And get yourself like an estimate. Whatever you need to get done. You're getting a bathroom done. You're getting your basement done. You're getting a new breakfast nook so you can eat your fucking Apple Jacks like this dummy next to me. You want that shit to be done by Tedco, okay? He's one of the best in the business. It's a fact. All right, I saw him last week. He's awesome. He's the best. Get in bed with Ted. Call Teddy, 617-996-6827, and go for it. By the way, whenever you contact any of these guys, just tell them we sent you. You know what I mean? That's all we ask. Okay, so, and by the way, if you're out there and you're interested in sponsoring the show, Wicked, unfortunately, is going to be no more. So we have a spot for somebody if you'd like to come on board. We don't really reach out because we're too lazy for that. The only person we won't let sponsor the show is Grape Nuts. So other than that, it's open game. All right, I'm up, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going with, can't believe this hasn't been taken yet.
I know what he's gonna take.
Regular Captain Crunch. Hasn't been taken.
Nope.
I'm a Captain Crunch fan. I know it does cut the shit out of your mouth.
Yeah, it's-
that doesn't
you-
stop me from eating a hot pizza either.
You know what you're getting into.
Captain Crunch is a good cereal, dude.
It is.
It is.
Solid.
I'll let it sit
Me too.
a little
it's
bit so
soggy-
that it doesn't
soggy
fuck up my
a little
mouth.
bit.
Yeah. And I'll tell you right now,
Chewing
that's
on mortar.
I was taking
It's chopped.
I was
deadly.
asking Tommy like what his favorites are. Number one.
Surgical steel.
Captain Crunch is number one.
Yeah.
And it's a great cereal, great sugary cereal. And yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say about it. I also, by the way, not enough goes into like what I really, maybe it's me and Mohan love art stuff, like the pictures from the shows that I got everywhere, Billy String stuff, and Mohan just brought me over another fucking awesome poster. I love artwork stuff. So the box has a lot to do for me. Now, Honey Nut Cheerios wasn't doing much. They got a Bumblebee on there, but the cereal fucks. Now, Captain Crunch, great character. That guy is that's the type of guy I want making my cereal. Fucking captain on a boat. Like, not enough gets said about the Toucan Sam was the Fruit Loops guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Count Chocula.
Yeah.
Like, all these motherfuckers get together. Didn't they have, now I'm older than everybody else here, but I feel like they had a Saturday morning cartoon at one point that was the cereal characters. I could be wrong. I'm gonna have to do my research on that.
Mandela
It could have
effect.
also been high at some point.
Yeah, it could have been the fact that you were crushing cereal watching those cartoons too.
yeah. There's a bunch of different reasons. But I'm taking Captain Crunch with my fourth pick in the draft.
It's a good pick.
That's what we got.
I cannot believe that this dropped. We're speaking about characters.
Is this your last pick?
No,
Yeah,
this
it
is
is.
He's got
fourth.
two.
I get two.
Yeah, he's
Fourth
got
and
Oh,
back-to-back.
you
fifth.
get back to back. Yeah.
They're great.
Oh.
How did fucking Tony the Tiger Frosted Flakes drop to fucking?
I had it high on my
Fifth
list, and I
round.
just kept.
I think it stinks.
it's fourth round for me,
okay.
but
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah,
So-
come on.
I love Frosted Flakes.
It's
Frosted
okay.
Flakes.
And I'm going with my first chocolate pick of the draft. I can't believe these dropped either. Cocoa Puffs. Unbelievable.
Cocoa Puffs, good cereal.
Cocoa Puffs is strong.
Solid
That's a
solid
good pick.
final pick.
Let me
a
give
good-
you the
that's a good-
final rundown for Mohan.
Yeah.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Crunch Berries. I kind of think you misstepped there. I'm just saying it.
Yeah. in the last
Fruit
two.
Loops, Frosted Flakes, Cocoa Puffs. I actually think it's a great list.
The last two were
I'm
missteps.
winning this draft, dude.
I don't know.
The last two are missteps.
Yeah.
You fucking Frosted Flakes is like the OG of fucking cereals, dude.
Frosted Flakes is the
Dude,
All right.
you guys are
all right,
fucking
now,
crazy.
My last
Ryan
pick.
Leaf pick.
Dude, you literally can't talk.
Yes, I can.
You picked the Friday after next, dude. You can't say
Great.
anything about anybody. You picked fucking Apple Jacks or
He's
whatever
right.
the fucking Cheerios.
Apple cinnamon.
Apple
He
cinnamon
is right.
Cheerios,
No,
dude.
He's right.
What, did I pick a great movie?
You picked fucking
No,
Apple cinnamon
that you can't talk
Cheerios, dude.
anymore.
I will stand by my fucking draft 100%.
This is
As
lo-
you
this
should.
is brought to you
It's
by
your draft.
yeah, fucking right.
union work done here. All right, here's my last one. And I'm gonna say this right now. Part of this is nostalgia for me, just in the fucking commercials. And Clocky
I
loves
know what
these
this
guys.
is. I know what this is. Guaranteed.
Honeycomb.
I did not.
really?
I did not.
I'll
think
tell you
were
right
going-
now, I would have fucking killed a homeless person and fucking just to get into the Honeycomb hideout.
Wow.
All right, that shit looked fun as shit.
Yeah,
I
it
was
did.
like, I want to go to the Honeycomb hideout. I wanted a tree house. I
Have
wanted
you
something
had
like
the
that.
cereal though?
Yeah, it's not that great, but I love the fucking Honeycomb hideout, dude. And you know what? You know what? Also, Clocky was on. He mentioned honeycombs. Yeah, the cereal kind of blows. But I want to go to the hideout, and the only way you can go there is eating honeycombs. And let me tell you right now, here's the thing. Clocky said this. He goes, "Kid, it comes in a bomb-proof bag. It comes in
does.
an
Hey,
aluminum bag."
yeah,
Corn
the
Puffs.
metal bag.
Corn
Corn
Puffs has
Puffs
the
also
same
good.
bag.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Probably some radiation. You can't get into the cereal or something.
If you fuck up ripping that open, you're
It's
screwed.
fucked.
gone.
It's
It's
fucked.
gone. You gotta eat the whole
Fucked.
box.
Yeah.
Which I have no problem
Yeah.
with doing.
Honeycomb cereal, 2. Backstory, 12.
Yeah.
The Honeycomb hideout, there was always some old guy probably molesting the kids in there. He's like teaching them something about tricks or something like that. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, ooh, that's one that hasn't get taken. Sorry. Anyways, that's what I'm going with. I'm going with honeycombs right now. So my
So
list
your
is Lucky Charms, Raisin Bran, Count Chocula, Captain Crunch, Honeycomb.
Solid, but I would.
It's a middle of the pack finish right there.
It's like,
It's not going to be last. Danny, go ahead.
5th pick.
In the draft.
Strawberry frosted mini wheats.
Oh, boo this man.
what, dude? Why do you always gotta pick the weird ones?
You know what,
Just
dude?
pick
Fucking
fucking
pick.
frosted mini wheats.
All right, let me tell you something right now.
Strawberry
Let me tell you
frosting.
something right now. I have to admit this. And they were almost on my list, but they were going to be on my list of like honorable mentions afterwards. I love frosted mini wheats. But
Yes.
now that cereal is a predicament because you got one side that stinks.
Yeah,
one
that-
side that fucks.
Yeah.
So it's like you're always trying to mix it up. So you almost got to let those soggy up. And then you got to mix it up so the
They're
milk
so
is
good.
money.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta have the sugar side down to the tongue so
Yeah.
you can taste the sugar.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, it's very much like when you go to the movies and somebody hands you a pack of jujubes. Like, you don't have a candy, you have a problem. You know what I mean?
It's
like how you
chewing
going to
on
get through this box without losing your
sawdust
teeth?
on the other side. It's like,
Listen,
but it's just,
I fucking love those.
but why do
things.
you gotta get strawberry, dude?
You don't like
just
strawberry?
get the
That's what he
regular
likes.
What do
I
you-
like it. I like the pick.
Do you don't like strawberries?
I
I do.
don't
I like
mind
that pick.
strawberries, but I didn't.
Did they have like the gooey strawberry in the middle?
No,
kind of?
I can't-
it's
I can't do that
strawberry
shit.
It's got
frosting.
the
Yeah,
the
yeah,
strawberry
the outside.
frosting.
Yeah.
But it's like a dusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
okay.
good.
It's fucking real good. Grab yourself a box on the way home.
I don't like that mini wheat cereal. I don't like it.
Why not?
Any
Stuck
of
in
it.
your teeth for 3
Like
days?
I just
shredded
don't-
wheat.
it's-
Well,
yeah.
it used to just be
It's
the big
too much
wheat.
roughage for them.
Imagine, remember the big one?
The big wheat was like this.
with no sugar.
Dude, the big wheat was
Just
like
a
the
big
size of an
chunk
egg
of
roll,
wheat.
right?
Yeah.
It's like you had 3 egg rolls in a bowl and milk, and it sucked. My grandfather was always eating those
The big
fucking
dogs.
Big dogs. Like I was like, who eats this
My
shit?
grandfather did too.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is disgusting.
My grandfather also ate cream of wheat.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
like-
Yeah, spoke
I
Lucky
like cream
Strikes.
of wheat, and we
Neighborhood Cafe in Somerville?
100% delicious. Yes, they make cream of wheat, and it's bomb.
Really?
Like,
Yes.
I would go there just for their cream.
I need
of
that
wheat.
like with
Yeah.
a maple brown sugar
It's
type
like-
of shit, or just
No,
straight
it's-
up cream of wheat.
No, it tastes like apple cinnamon Cheerios. That's what it tastes like. Dude, is it not fucking delicious?
It's delicious.
Okay, so it tastes like Apple Jacks, not apple cinnamon.
All right, you're up.
All right, now
Fitzy's last one.
every single one on my list has been picked, and I wasn't gonna pick this as my 5th,
Oh, wait, I didn't read off Danny's, did I?
No, go ahead.
No.
Golden Grams,
Yeah.
Fruity Pebbles, Reese's Puffs, Apple Cinnamon Cheerios, Strawberry Frosted Mini Wheats. I actually think it's a fucking fabulous list.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's very
not
good.
bad.
I'm winning.
No way.
So this one, every single one on my list is taken.
Yep.
And this one is something that I guarantee no one's even going to know or ever hear of it.
Oh, boy.
But I miss it every single
And
day.
it's definitely
going to
lose you the draft.
It's probably going to lose me the draft because people don't know what it is. It only ran from 1990 to 1992.
Okay.
It's a pretty small window, dude.
Sounds like it was a great brand.
It's called
Clearly,
well,
your family
yeah.
was the only one buying it.
Dude, it was fucking delicious.
It was like that show, The Black Donnellys or whatever. That was a great show. It was like one season. I'm like, what the fuck?
When I show you the picture, you might remember it, and you might remember. You won't. You're too young, I think. Raisin Big Mix.
What the fuck is that?
Never even heard of it.
No?
I mean,
No.
what
All
are we
right,
doing?
so picture this. Close your eyes. Everyone, close your eyes. It's a combination of rolled oats, rice, cornflakes, and whole grain wheat with cinnamon and brown sugar and raisins, all in the same exact.
I
cereal.
mean, that sounds awesome.
That
Dude,
sounds,
it was delicious.
Sounds like they give it to you at the Pine
So
Street
it's
Inn.
Hey, listen, they had
Mix all the cereals together.
they had a mascot, right? Wait till you hear this mascot.
A homeless guy.
It was a beast. It was a beast that was pot chicken, pot wolf, pot moose, and pot pig. The 90s were a fucking wild place, dude.
I want that
I just
cereal
want to
in my
see the
house.
mascot.
I know. I gotta see the mascot.
I'll show you a picture of the mascot. But if you could find that cereal, I'd pay $50 for a box right now. If you could find that cereal.
Okay. Cookie Crisp, Corn Pops, Honey Nut Cheerios,
Shut up, Fitzy.
Apple Jacks, Raisin Big Mix.
That's the winner.
Some kid is gonna come like barreling out of the comments, being like, "Fucking Raisin
gotta-
Big Mix, let's fucking go."
I got a box.
He's not gonna. He's not
Jay
gonna know.
McGrath.
Yeah. He's not gonna know if he really remembers it or if it happened.
Dude, I've never even.
I got a box of Big Mix.
I've never
What the
seen
fuck?
that
Is that a
ever.
reindeer? What is?
It's
It's a
half moose,
wildebeest.
Oh,
half
moose.
pig, half chicken, and half wolf.
Well, it's
I mean,
quarter of
quarter,
those things.
25% of each. Half on the 200 scale.
Oh, my fucking god!
Oh my god, that's fucking awesome.
Dude, some sleepers like snuck through. Some of my like nostalgia sleepers slipped through.
which ones?
Kicks, dude, terrible. You know
Yeah,
what I
they're
mean?
not great.
Completely.
Tricks?
Tricks.
Surprise
silly,
Tricks didn't
silly
make it.
Well,
rabbits, tricks for
you
kids.
said tricks.
I
and
said
still
tricks at the
didn't
end.
pick it.
Yeah, I
No.
thought it stunk.
I
Tricks.
almost picked tricks instead of Frosted Flakes, but I already had
I would
Fruity
have.
Pebbles.
I would have picked Frosted Flakes over Tricks. That rabbit's a
Honey
fucking
Bunches
dummy.
of Oats, sleeper pick, dude.
Yeah,
Like-
that was actually one that I thought about picking fifth.
You know what cereal stinks? Life.
Life, terrible.
I like Life.
Wheaties.
Life?
I like Life.
Wheaties, terrible.
Somebody wrote a great comment on a rundown of cereals that I was reading this morning. It was like, regular Life already stinks. You know what stinks? Life cereal. So fucking true.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Oh,
Rice
now,
Krispies.
here's what I was gonna say about Rice
With a
Krispies.
big fucking heaping
Sugar,
needs.
yeah.
Yes.
It
Here's what
needs
I'm gonna
the
say
sugar.
about Rice Krispies.
If you have to
It has
add
the-
sugar to a cereal, it stinks.
Okay, but here's what Rice Krispies has going for it. It has the Snap Crackle Pop, first of all, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, there's never been a cereal that's better utilized in a different format than cereal.
Correct.
Yes.
Which is
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are one of the best things that's ever been made.
I almost bought some at the store today.
They're so fucking good.
Fucking delicious.
If I go-
And what's
if I go-
homemade some?
Homemade ones
It's-
are way
yeah, way
better,
better.
though.
Way
Way
But
better.
but if I go to BJ's or Costco and I walk by a 48 pack of Rice Krispie treats,
buy 'em.
24 of them are gone in an hour.
Yeah.
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 They don't make the house before that box is open.
No, those things are fucking unbelievable.
The same thing about Fruity Pebbles, though,
Yeah.
goes for Rice Krispies for me. They're too small and they get soggy
They
way
get soggy
too quick.
too
and
fast.
then
Yeah.
you're like trying to scoop and get all milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
would've
the
went-
opposite of those
I
big
would've went
wheats.
Cocoa Pebbles, not Fruity
Cocoa Pebbles was
Just
on my
pick it up
list,
with
but I
one
didn't want to
hand.
have both.
Slop.
Yeah.
I love
Cocoa
Cocoa Pebbles.
Pebbles are
Fucking
All
love
right,
Cocoa
here's
Pebbles.
another one that I wanted to talk about, which I thought was funny. Now, it actually would be on my list, but people would be like, they literally would be like, I would lose every bit of manlyhood I think I have left, minimal. Especially after that picture I took with you two the other day.
Crave.
No,
Fiber ones or whatever.
Special K with red berries is a great cereal. Now, they sold you on this in
It's
my
not
20s that like if you ate Special K with red berries, this was their marketing tool. With fucking 2 meals a day, 2 bowls, one for breakfast, one for lunch, then you ate a regular dinner, you would lose weight. And I was like, this is true. So me and my buddy Kaz were doing it all the time. We were living together. And like, it's kind of true, but it's like only because you're eating less food. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not good for you. You know what I
The
mean?
cereal's not helping you
No,
lose
it's
the weight.
freeze-dried strawberries. It's like you're just eating less food.
And it was like one bowl, right?
Yeah, like I could
One
eat 9
bowl
bowls
with
and
like
fucking
a
have
quarter
can
of a
Red
cup
Berries.
of skim milk.
It has no protein in it, by the way. It's just like fucking fiber and empty carbs, basically, and sugar.
What's our thoughts on because I did ask this, but like, what's your thoughts on oatmeal?
I love oatmeal.
Yeah, like
I love
hot,
oatmeal
hot
too.
cereal.
Yeah.
Love
oatmeal.
So
Yeah.
speaking of BJ's, I went to BJ's the other day because they were having consistently the fruit and cream
Quaker
flavors.
ones, yeah.
Yeah.
It's peaches and cream is hands down.
Fire,
the best
fire,
fucking
dude. So
Here's
good.
where your apple cinnamon comes in. Apple cinnamon
apple
cinnamon's-
oatmeal.
Oh, but
That
here,
fucks.
but let me tell you
Yes.
this, right? So I was running low on my fruit and cream mix, and even though bananas in there and blueberries in there,
We're so old.
I still will eat those ones, right? But they're the last ones.
This is fun.
Strawberries and peaches and cream go fast.
Yeah.
And then there's fucking
Dude, I did
bananas.
forget to mention we actually have a new sponsor. This is brought to you by Depends.
Yeah.
If you're having some incontinence issues at night, like we are.
And Metamucil.
Yeah, Metamucil.
So I went to BJ's the other day. They're all out of fucking fruit and cream. All they have is apple cinnamon, which is good. It's
great.
I like
I
apple
love
cinnamon.
apple cinnamon. It's my favorite.
But then it's just fucking cinnamon and spice and brown sugar.
Cinnamon and
whatever the
spice
fuck.
stinks.
Brown
Brown
sugar-
sugar's pretty good though.
I don't.
Too much
It's
for me.
plain-
You're
It's
always
plain,
sitting there
but-
staring at the last 3 cinnamon spices and being like, fuck.
Yeah, this sucks. In the
What,
the raisin.
what do you
what did I
get?
just say?
The
Brown
cinnamon.
sugar, cinnamon. That one, it just
Yeah.
smells like pee, like fucking, like syrup. Like you spill syrup and then it's like old. It smells like you walk into
Yeah.
like urine. No.
I'm a Nature's Promise guy because I shop.
Oh, those
at-
those
yeah.
bars?
the little like individual oatmeals.
They sell oatmeal. Yeah.
They're fucking awesome.
Are
dude.
they?
And they have like apple cinnamon, brown sugar.
You know
and
what I think
then plain.
stinks in general? Any type of fucking bar that isn't a candy bar.
Yes.
Like, hear me out here, all right? You know what is one of the worst and kind of like, I have like a love, it's like a predicament. It's like one of those foods is a predicament. Part of me likes it, part of me doesn't. Like those ones that come in the Nature Valley, they come in like 2 bars. And like you have to eat one, then it's like by the time you get to the second one, you can't fucking open your mouth anymore because it's
The green ones?
stuck
Stuck
together.
to the roof. To
Yeah.
The oat and honey.
Yeah.
I like those.
Nah, yeah, it's like
And I put peanut butter on them. Panuzzo, is this healthy?
a lot of protein in that.
My
peanut butter.
wife, dude, RX bars. I can't fucking do them.
Dude, you know what
I
I'm
can't
dying-
do them.
you know what I'm dying for is
can't get
Panuzzo.
through one.
Panuzzo like
Are they
put
just
a,
like hard?
They're like a nutrition bar. It's got like 2
Oh, they
eggs
stink,
and
they
all.
stink.
They're
Oh,
fucking.
yeah, yeah.
They're brutal,
They
dude.
stink.
Yeah, it's like chewing on fucking sandpaper.
Panuzzo put up
terrible.
a post today on his Instagram, like watching the game, and he was like, "Love watching my clients succeed." He's like a guy he works with his own. I don't know if he's on the Lions or whatever. I want him to put up a picture of like me and be like, "I love watching my clients succeed." Like some fucking house of beef and drinking a beer. Yeah.
Behind the mic.
You know, well, all right. So, grape nuts stink. They're the worst cereal that's ever
Bad.
been made.
So
I don't
bad.
know who the fuck thinks that's good.
No, they
like
taste
it is
bad.
a very bad cereal.
Yep.
Like it looks like it reminds me of something that they'd be like, this is something that you can have during like the war. You know what I mean? Like
Just
like
to sustain.
That's what I imagine.
Yeah.
Like they're like, this will stay good for years. You know what I
prison
mean?
camp.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, like if you were stuck in like a Russian prison, they'd be like, oh, we have the last of the grape nuts here. Like that's where they went. They went to like a Russian prison. You know what I mean?
Stocked up.
Nice. I
Yeah.
had him for an
We
anytime.
stocked up.
Me too. Bonus bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are my fucking ones I think are the fucking pits. Regular Cheerios stink. You gotta it's like Rice Krispies. You gotta dump everything all over them to make them good.
Yeah.
You need 2 bananas in there, like I said, a fucking bouquet of fruit.
You know what's not bad? The multigrain.
My kids
Cheerios.
love those. The
My
purple
kids-
box?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my kids will eat those. And
Frosted Cheerios are pretty
they
good.
just eat them
Yeah, they
dry.
are.
Frosted
Yeah,
Cheerios
They
are
love
good.
them. I tried to sneak Honey Nut because I love Honey Nut so much. I tried to sneak those into the house. My kids are like, these aren't the Cheerios that we like. And I was like, they taste exactly the same. They're pretty close. Nope. Get rid of these ones.
They knew it right off the bat.
I'm like, all
Fuck
right,
off,
I'll eat 'em.
Shitsy.
Like, all right, I'll eat them.
Yeah, like the Kellogg's flakes or whatever they are. What are just the plain ones, not the frosted flakes?
Cornflakes?
Cornflakes, yeah, terrible.
Cornflakes
Yeah,
stink.
terrible. What is
Bad
that?
box too, by the way. That chicken's doing nothing for anybody. A rooster, whatever the fuck he is.
Yeah.
He's like the most boring one on any box out there.
That's
Wheaties,
where Big
other-
Mix came from. It was a spin-off of cornflakes, but they did the chicken, the wolf. Dude, you guys ever had
that
this?
guy probably listened to whoever came with the idea is not worked in like
He's-
20 years.
yeah,
they're like,
he's
listen to this.
rebooting.
They're
He's
like,
like,
that was
listen.
my idea.
Yeah.
Guy's been working at a Starbucks since.
He's calling Kellogg's right now.
Some of the ghetto cereals are
Dude,
all right though,
you
like
took-
the Fruit Hoops and the
Dude, you took the word out of my
Rims.
You took it out of my
Wheat
mouth though,
Rims.
because I was going to talk about that. Because
cereal that comes in a plastic bag.
Yeah,
it's
it's just a bag.
Ziploc. But like my mom used to be like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "This ain't it, dude. This ain't real cereal. This ain't real cereal. This is that fucking ghetto shit." She's like, "We're in the
It's
ghetto."
like government cheese, yeah.
We are. Welcome to the ghetto.
Yeah.
We are in it.
Strawberry mini cheats.
It is funny though how like I always thought that was weird. Like you just it's like you're told this when you're a kid. You're like, oh, this is what breakfast foods are, right? So you just accept that. As you get older, you're like, oh, cake is apparently is a breakfast food because that's what a donut is. You know what I mean? And it's like that's why I don't follow any rules. Like, yeah, I'm like, dude, if I have a half an Italian sub and it's 8 in the morning and I want to eat it, that's breakfast. Like
What
I
time
give
do
a
we
fuck.
eat that beef?
Yeah,
Like
that was a
10:45,
breakfast
right?
beef.
10:45
Yeah.
beef. Yeah.
10:45, yeah, and it was fucking awesome.
It was
Best breakfast I've ever had in my
unbelievable.
life.
I fucked up. I
Delicious.
should have got two, dude. I should have got
Now,
two.
Told you to
breakfast is
I
your-
told them 4 people were coming. You could have got 2.
I know.
Breakfast is your favorite food, correct, Fitzy?
Yes.
Favorite meal.
Yep.
To go out?
no,
I
no,
would-
it's-
I would agree.
It's his
Nine-
favorite.
It's
period.
I make breakfast at home and I
See,
love it.
That's a pain.
See,
in the
here's
dick.
why I don't say.
I love it.
More I got towards like trying to be more in shape. I don't really eat breakfast that much, and then I feel like it fucks up my lunch. And then I'm like, I don't want to fuck up my lunch. So like if I have some for breakfast, usually something small, like very small. Like
During the week, I don't eat breakfast. I have 2 cups of coffee and then I eat lunch. But I'm up early, so I eat lunch at like 10:30.
Yeah.
11.
yeah.
You know,
What time do you eat dinner?
before 6.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
I love eating early. All my friends are like blue plate special. Ryan or my neighbor, he'll be firing up his girl like 9. I'm like, what are you, a European or something? Like,
Going
it's
to fucking bed.
Me too.
yeah, yeah. He's like, hey guys.
I'm the same way during the week, dude. I'm straight. I pretty much live off of cold brew. That's all I drink.
Do you drink the stuff that you can get in the store, like the
No,
stove?
fuck that. I've tried brewing my own. I've tried the Stoke. Like in a pinch, if I'm on a ski trip or something
Stoke's
and I
pretty
can't
good.
get to
Yeah,
it.
Stoke's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. But
Everything else stinks.
fucking, I spend like a C note a week at Dunkin' Donuts, dude. It's disgusting.
Jesus.
Large cold brew black twice a day.
Yeah. And
Morning,
do
afternoon.
you like their cold brew? Because I think when their
do.
cold brew is
Their
right,
coffee sucks, but their cold brew is on point.
I agree with you. I
And the
agree
one
with
by my house always
you have to
has-
have the right place.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Yes, that's the problem with Dunkin' Donuts. They suck.
It's not the worst when you get one that's like dishwater.
Yeah,
It's like,
or
"Ugh."
they don't. I can tell, dude. They just pour me a fucking iced coffee and add an espresso shot. I didn't ask for that, dude. If you didn't have fucking cold brew, tell me you don't have cold brew.
Yeah.
I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah.
There's a fucking Dunkin' Donuts 30 feet down the road.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
go there.
Yeah.
Mohan dives across the counter like that guy charging the
Don't
judge.
you fucking lie to me.
All right,
show
we got,
you,
we got a
Your
bunch of
Honor.
voicemails. Cereal is a
Hot
some-
topic.
it's a hot topic. I think we have.
Jumptown said
We
he
have
had,
6.
he had a voicemail that's like 3
Two
minutes long.
2.5 minute long.
I almost called and left a voicemail just telling Danny that he lost.
Can you guys all hear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yo! It's your man Adam Jumptown. Listen, I'm about to head into the country club, turn everything on, and I just wanted to truly thank everybody, you know, from the bottom of my heart, Pulling the Cork podcast, Doobie, Donnie, Garrett, all the comedians, Russo. I'm telling you, the dude's too funny. In between every set, he goes up on stage. He comes running in the back of the kitchen, fucking his hat. He's all beaten. He's patting his hat down, having a sip. You know, let me get some water. Oh, this and that. How was that? Talking a mile a minute, and you could have sworn that it was his first time on stage. The dude's too much. I tell him yo, mention my tacos, the taco stand over here in between the sets. Did he say it one time? No, he didn't. The dude's too much. The whole event was too much. And Pulling the Cork podcast, if you don't know, now you do know. They're the shit, #1 podcast. Shout out to all the beef people who showed up. McGrath, Dan Bob. There were others. Natasha. My other guy, I'm forgetting his name right now. But, you know, thank you all for coming out and showing support. Yo, shout out to Fitzy's friend, you know, keeping the quality extra high. I'm going to tell you something right now. We don't know, but we do know. Top 5 motherfucking wheels. How about we start with number 5, Lucky Charms for Jumptown. Coming in at number Japan 4, the eel, the badger. If you don't know, Freddie got fingered. Go back and take a look at it. Number 4 has to be that fucking cereal with the frog on it. I forget the name right
Smacks.
now.
Sugar smacks.
Max.
The guy with the frog. It was sticky little cones. Speaking of cones, number 3, honeycombs. Top 2, we don't know, but we do. Number 2, mini wheats. Yes, I said it. Mini wheats, just like in your
Not
pants,
even
Brendan.
frosted.
And number 1, we don't know, but we do because they're great. Frosted flakes, but with maybe ever so slightly amount of milk. Gotta toss it around. You gotta fuck around. Find out. I don't know what that was. I might have hit the limit. It's your man, Adam Jump Town.
Before we get to the next one, I just want to send a shout out. Chris Shelley, we need a picture of. I'll send you Mohan's picture. We need a picture of the 4 of us in the honeycomb hideout. That's what we need.
Oh yeah.
All right, you ready?
Top 5 favorite cereals. We got Cocoa Puffs, Golden Crisps, aka Honey Smacks, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms, and of course Cheerios. They can be literally any cereal. I'll let Danny explain to you guys how that's possible. All right. So
Yeah, cereal ain't Cheerios ain't making a cereal draft, bro. Sorry,
What's
Fontana.
up, boys? Sorry I missed his the other night. Congrats, Danny. Sounds like it was an awesome show. Hopefully I'll be at the next one. Just wanted to call in real quick. Let's see. First of all, best cereal by far, Fruity Pebbles. And if you have half and half in the fridge, throw that in there too. Fruity Pebbles with some half and half mixed with some whole milk. If you're using skim milk, you're a loser. Get it out of here. Don't need it. See you later. Bye. Next thing, too, Craig Kimberly seemed like a great dude. Honestly, very knowledgeable about food. But if you guys sit there while somebody says that a grilled cheese is like a hard thing to make, that's insane. I make a perfect grilled cheese, and you know how I know? Because every time I make them, I eat like fucking 3 of those things down the hatch. Good as it gets. Next thing, too, couple weeks ago, I meant to call in. I forgot, but you guys were talking about Xans real quick, and Danny was like, hey, are those things addictive? Like, how are you from the project? You don't know that Xanax are addictive, bro. Check the highlight reel now, and those things are felonies in a bottle. I robbed a store on rollerblades. That's no joke. That's a true story. Yeah. And one other thing, what was it? Oh, yeah, Mark Lewis is a fucking loser, okay? Absolute loser. Who's a content creator absolutely tries to message someone because they said their video sucks? That kid's a fraud. He's from like fucking Georgetown where they have drive-by shoutings. That's about it. Never heard of you. Keep banging. Love the content, boys. Keep putting it out. Great to hear you. Look forward to seeing the next episode. Peace.
You know who that was?
Fucking riot. Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell. I'll tell you right now. That was a fucking unbelievable entry into the voicemail world for him.
That was good.
Absolute riot.
I robbed the store on roll.
Check the
True
highlight
story.
reel.
Oh my god, dude! I knew like the first time I really met him. He's like,
He's
good
awesome.
guys, trash people, and the guy's trying to order a tenderloin. He's like, what? He's like, it's podcast,
He's
dude.
like,
You
don't,
just check it out.
Don't worry about it. What do you want?
Yeah.
What's up, boys? It's Billy O.
Ooh.
Top 3 cereal. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yes.
Number 3, I'm going Captain Crunch. Number 2, Applejack. Now, my number 1 pick is going to be controversial, but if you've never had Raisin Bran in a state facility with that milk that comes out of that industrial machine, 50 knows what I'm talking about. You haven't lived. It's like milk fresh from the teat. Have a fucking day, boys.
A giant bag of milk.
In a box with that huge dangly thing.
You know what? Do you know what the funny thing is though?
What?
There ain't no difference between that and the shit they gave you at St. Mike's. It's the same machine.
It is. It's
the
exactly the
exact
same
fucking
thing.
machine.
You got that big handle that pulls up.
All right, got 2 more.
Gentlemen, it's the mayor. We're talking cereals. I'm a Captain Crunch guy. Berry Crunch, any variant of Captain Crunch, I'm all in. But I'm not really into cereals anymore. It's for the kids now, I guess. But 2 things. Back in college, I was called a psychopath for this. I put chocolate milk in cereal. Love it. Don't bash it. I know you guys are going to say it's gross. Try it. Play with it. Love it. And the other thing, all these health cereals, these like Totals, Raisin Brands, Weetabix, Rice Chex. Yeah, you can take a lap. If I'm gonna have a cereal, I'm gonna like reminisce about like fun times and you know the great taste and the sugary taste. I'm not gonna sit on the pot 6 minutes later because all that super colon blow stuff just blowing out my ass. Good to talk to you. Take care, boys.
The best. One of the fucking best ever to fucking do it. The mayor. By the way, did you see his roast beef review this week?
I didn't. I remember
3 different
All
Anthony's.
3
Did
Anthony's.
he? Psychopath.
One day.
It's part of the North Shore Beefs Health Club, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right, this is King Bozo. I'm about to get on a ferry. I gotta make this quick. If I had to pick one cereal, it would be Raisin Nut Bran. But if I had a pick of what to put it in, I'd pick Crispix with half and half and drizzle some honey on top. All right, that's my thoughts. Later.
What is with fucking half
First of
and
all,
half in
what is going on?
cereal?
So I think it's Tucker McGrath
Oh, really?
from the beef page. Yeah.
Have you ever met Tucker McGrath in real life?
No, but he's friends with me on Facebook, and he commented on my post today, and he said, "If you're not eating your cereal with cream or half and half, you're fucking up."
What?
That's
And I was like, "No
insane.
fucking way."
Is
he
that-
goes, "I'm dead serious."
Do you know, like, have you met him at, like, Beef Event
No,
or anything?
never.
Oh.
I think he's from. I think he lives off. I think he lives on Nantucket.
Oh, okay. That's why I was saying catch the ferry.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, good. I like it. New callers into this
Yeah.
fucking
It's
new
awesome.
blood. Kevin O'Connell, Tucker McGrath.
Yeah.
That was
Solid
fucking
topic.
great.
Billy O.
Billy O has never called in. By the way, I'm
First-time
surprised
caller.
Billy O wasn't at the comedy event the other night.
I know. He had a ticket.
Even if I don't win the draft was my idea, so I'm already.
You're
a
right.
winner.
You are already a legend. You're already a legend. All right, so we're gonna move to Patreon.
Yep.
Mohan, thank you very much for fucking
Absolutely.
joining
Thank
us.
you
By the
guys
way,
for having
I
me.
have to say this too. Like I've said this the last few times, but like, there's 2 type of guests in my opinion, both of which are awesome. One is like Craig, who like really knows some shit we don't know, and like we're like sitting there being like, oh fuck, this guy knows shit that we are learning about, right? And then there's people like Mohan, who's like, we're basically just shooting the shit completely, like fucking talking shit. And I love it.
Right.
It's
I
like
love
a round hole in a square wheat hoop.
Yeah.
Wheat rim.
So yeah, we'll put up the results tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll get Shelly to make us a picture of us in the honeycomb
That'd be
hideout.
great. Yeah.
I feel like the honeycomb hideout also there was like one point they were going on like they were trying to capitalize on like the BMX craze. And I remember kids going off jumps at one point and being like, fuck, I also don't know a good BMX. All I have is Huffy. Like, that's what I had. No dinos or shit like that over here, by the way. No mongoose shit. You know
Yeah, I
what I mean?
had a mongoose, but it got stolen.
Yeah, that happens.
I had a dyno and a GT.
Did you?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Jesus Christ.
I had a dyno at one point.
My God, you guys were rich. I was the poor one, it turns out.
How about Paul Gilligan going hard at Melrose?
Oh, my
Dude,
God.
let me just say this. I said it. If Bob C was a comic, he'd be Paul Gilligan.
Yeah.
He goes
The energy,
95 miles an hour,
Yeah.
and I'm here for it. Like, I was like, this is my exact brand. This is like what was awesome at one point about Bill Burr before you were kind of overexposed to Bill Burr, I feel like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was fucking hilarious.
Hilarious.
He crushed.
Hilarious.
30 years in the business, dude. He just murdered it.
Oh, he was just
You
like,
could tell how comfortable up there
Yeah.
he is. Just like,
shut the fuck up. Like, it's like, oh, it's so good.
can I, before we go to Patreon, that, like, the respect people gave when there were people on the stage, Russo had it tough because everybody was
Right.
grabbing beers
Yeah, it was
and
tough for
talking.
him.
It was pretty tough for him. But, like, when you guys get up to do your act or whatever,
Yeah.
your 15 minutes, everybody in the room pretty much fucking shut
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could hear, like, a pin drop.
Yeah,
It
I think
was-
also like it was weird. Like, I think you're right because people were like getting up to get beers. Like, whereas if you were at, like a normal comedy club, they'd have a waitress coming over. You know what I
Right.
mean? And like that's kind of stops that from happening because then you run into somebody. What are you not going to say hello? You know what I mean?
I think the next time if we do it, we got to have like in between comics instead of having an MC because it's not really fair to the guy hosting it either.
It was a
Yeah.
tough gig for Russo, I think.
So no, it definitely was, and he knows it.
He told me.
But I think instead of like him telling a joke, maybe do like a 10-minute intermission with music or something, you know, and just
Go
that guy,
get
you
a
know,
piss, get a beer,
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, and we are going to run it back for sure.
Yeah,
we'll
and
get-
it'll
do
be
it.
different comedians. You don't need to hear my jokes every fucking time. You know what I mean?
We'll
But
do it in the fall. No. Well, you'll have new material by then. You're the one constant. But I got some ideas of other guys that I know, and you're meeting people too. So
That backdrop's gonna look pretty sweet hanging from a golf course's fucking deck, too.
dude, it is. And you know what else is that Joe was like, well, he's like, you don't have to keep it rolled up. I mean, you can unroll it and hang it in the garage. People think the garage is way bigger than it photographs bigger than it is.
Yeah.
Like that thing would take up the entire garage. It would take up
literally be the
whole
door.
door. It would be the whole door, which isn't the worst idea in the world, actually, in the winter. All right. So we're going to do the Patreon. And we really appreciate you guys listening. First of all, thank you to everybody that came. Thanks to everybody that's been part of the Patreon. And we love you. And we'll see you next week. Is Joey Boats?
Yes.
Yep.
We got the cult episode next week. I'm very pumped for that. And then after that, we'll figure out what we're gonna do after that. But for now, that's it. Josh is coming on soon, I think. So we love you all and enjoy the rest of your week. Peace.